Hello and welcome to the School of Nerdcraft and Dungeonry. I am your headmaster, Magic Sheep, and this is Magic Academy. Welcome in. How you guys doing today? Wowie. Let's see here. First, Leaked Prism by like an hour. But I love it.
Every fucking time.
Let's see. We have Ranger Sheep with Notification Squad. We got Yes I'm Baby with Notification. Duckburg with Notification Squad. Yeah, those three. Is it just those three? And we have a bunch of daily crystals.
Showing out.
Welcome in. How are you guys doing? I see Charlie isn't a weirdo. Duckburg, cast members, I ignore you. How are you guys doing? Welcome in.
The
Happy
worst
Tuesday.
part about that is that the cast member posts are highlighted by default.
Yeah.
So I'm ignoring all of the highlighted stuff.
Welcome back to episode 3 of campaign 1, and we're very excited to kind of get going with all this stuff. But before we do, we have a few events coming up that we should let you know about. Number 1, if you want to hear Tatiana's preamble, it is up on the Patreon. Do ! Patreon, and you yourself can get access to that for only $5. We have 2 more to go, Kreia and Adrian, and we're very excited to hear what they'll say in the coming weeks. What else do we have? We have Saturday, I'm going to be building maps. I might dip into Tailspire because I actually have a graphics card, so I can run something that won't kill my computer. So we might dabble into that and check that out and throw out some new stuff, because why not? Then we have the Hobbits for a Cause coming out in a week and a half at this point. We're going to be playing the TTRPG, The One Ring, and I'm very excited about it. I've been reading a lot about it, and I think that it's going to be very fun, and I hope these players over here, most of them are in it, are excited to learn that system. I hope. Read it.
I'm absolutely stoked, and I will read it, you motherfucker.
I actually learned it a while ago, long time ago. So I'm gonna have to be brushing up on it a lot. But I'm excited to.
I picked my Hobbit. I'm ready to go.
We're going to be adventuring with a set of 5 different hobbits to save the Shire in the course of 5 different episodes. And I'm very excited to see how far we can go through the book that I think I can do.
I picked a cute hobbit and then forgot to look at anything else.
Yeah, that was about the same. I picked my Hobbit and went, I'm good, right? And I went, no, I need to actually read the book and figure out what my character sheet means.
I haven't picked a Hobbit.
I thought I could play Pippin. I was so excited, and then it was like, oh, this predates all that shit.
Yeah, I said Sam, and basically then Lord was like, so now that I've actually read what's in the thing, I can actually pick what character I can play. And I was like, oh.
Sad.
Streamers for a Cause is an amazing charity. They focus on getting money to foundational charities. Those are charities that aren't well funded or are smaller. So we can't really tell you where your money is directly going to, but we can, and we will share some of the profits that they have helped before. We do have a few rewards for that. Make sure you're in the Discord, because I'll be dropping the milestones. And we have some fun different milestones for that. I'm really excited to reveal those. Then, what else do we got going on? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. Brain died. Cool. I think that's it.
We have 2 more episodes of All's Fair. No. All's Fair has 2 more sessions. We are getting into the end of it. We had 2 permadeaths and 2 backup characters now, and hopefully you guys can make it for those 2. And then, yeah.
And
eloquent.
Okay. I'm peeking, so I'm going to turn myself down for yelling.
No, your whole face is in frame.
What?
Hey, peeking.
Oh.
It took me a bit, to be honest. That was a dad joke. What? Sorry, what'd you say, Laura?
Joke. I got Journey.
So
I got it.
With that said, let's go ahead and get started in today's episode of Magic Academy. Who wants to do the recap?
I could do it if you like.
Go for it.
So last time you found us, we had just completed our mission of killing the boar and sacrificing it to Mitros. And our next step was to go to the Temple of the Oracle and figure out what had happened to Versi. We went with Kyra, the most useful goddess to ever goddess, I assure you. And we saw that the temple, unlike what Tati said was normally the case, was heavily guarded. Became clear that these were my brain wanted to say Cynid, and that's not his name. Thank you. We found out that these are followers of Sidon who have come to take back the temple because, to them, Versi's the daughter of Sidon. She needs to go back to Sidon, and the temple has to be given back to Sidon. We managed to wrangle our way inside thanks to Tati. Tati managed to get us in, and we found out that the people who had been there before were basically being brutally murdered by the leader of the people who had taken over the temple, Braca. And Braca was particularly tormenting a young gentleman named Proteus. We then decided that this would not stand and got into a fight with Tati brutally one-shotting Braca with a guiding bolt in one turn. We managed to basically get the rest of the guards to run away, a lot of it having to do with Cal's very clutch, scary eye frighten spells, and managed to, with Adrian, pick the lock and go down into the lower level of the temple. There we encountered some rugs of smothering, which Diana said, fuck it, and shot immediately. And we ended up fighting the smothering rugs, and then we fought, I'm so sorry, blanking on the name, the hag.
Started with an H.
I really want to call her Hagatha, and that's all.
Hagatha Christie.
Heka?
Heleka.
Yes.
Heleka. So we found out Heleka was had been a friend of Versi's who had somehow been turned against her, which we found out later, but we'll get there. We ended up fighting Heleka. Some highlights of that were Cal again being spooky, Tati going into her first prophetic trance, Adrian saving Diana from a rug of smothering, and Kreia casting so much mischievous mockery and just trading wisdom save for wisdom save. And we managed to end up killing Heleka, which dispersed the water weird that was holding Versi. Versi thanked us for saving her. Tati found a note on Heleka's person that indicated that she had made an oath of service to Sidon to bring Versi back to him. We ended up going with Versi, and she then gave us the big lore drop of the session, which was all of our epic pads. Adrian found out stuff that none of us could hear, so I can't attest to it. Tati found out that she could, in fact, end the curse on her family line by visiting the City of the Dead. Cal found out that they could make their own story regardless of their parentage, with their father being Pythor, the god of war. Kreia found out that her grandfather is their grandfather, Kreia found out that their grandfather is, I'm sorry, which god again?
Sidon.
It's Sidon. So we found out that their grandfather is Sidon, and they are a gifted one with that heritage. So that's what Kreia found out, and they were very surprised by it. And one of my favorite moments of, my grandpa's not going to like that. And Diana kind of heard what she thought she would hear, was that she is not from here, but that they need to find the gifts of the Dragonlords in order to either find their way home or make a new home here. We went to go take a long rest and figure out what to do next after, but not before we thought about taking the oath of fellowship, which we agreed to sleep on before getting up in the morning. That's it.
And no one messed with mushrooms that screwed over
no one messed with mushrooms at all and made them grow, even though Kreia tried their darndest to be like good about it. But no, they were good. Adrian was not.
So, we left off with our parties asleep. having a nice long rest. As you guys are taking your rest in the Hall of Sidon, this temple dedicated to one of the Titans, you all dream a similar dream. A woman's voice suddenly emanates from the darkness that you find yourself in. So, your great quest begins. Off to become heroes, are you? Mortals are so very proud. A light shines in the dark, illuminating a sad and pathetic figure of an old man who has been hogtied to a stake. Look at this one. He's falling to pieces. Joints stiff, skin slack, teeth gone. The life is practically dripping out of him. Inky black shadows fall across the old man. He flinches and squirms. The room grows darker as panicking sets in. Something draws closer. Something that you cannot see. Yes, his sad mortal life is leaking away. But I wonder what will happen to his soul. As you watch the old man thrash in his restraints, screaming into his gag, a butcher knife descends and you awaken from this nightmare, bathed in sweat. Now, you all make me a wisdom saving throw.
How very dare you?
Okay.
It's 15.
That's cocked.
Dirty 20.
5.
Oh no!
16.
And total 20.
So, Tipsy, Diana, and Cal, you were the only two that save. DC was 20. Tati, Freya, and Adrian, you feel a madness start to come over you. But the second that it starts to, you feel the warmth, the same warmth that was previously there when you guys retrieved the charms of heroism, come over you and quell the madness that was starting to dwell. You guys would have been under the effects of madness, but because you donated to Mitros, this was a hidden effect that just now took place.
Nice.
An excellent choice.
That worked out quite well.
It was the rock. It truly was the
my
rock
God,
that saved
that
you
was-
guys.
With that, you all wake up.
Diana immediately goes to the nearest place that she can hoist herself from and starts doing pull-ups. Just straight up, first thing in the morning.
What about the rest of you?
Kreia lingers too long in bed. Someone else go.
I mean, I would assume. I would assume. Tati would definitely get up, begin a morning prayer ritual. To Mitros and just kind of. Like that's not cool. We already deal with some sort of a hair bit of madness as it is, and that's too close of a call for her.
Adrian kind of, I guess they've been awake for a minute, kind of open their eyes up, kind of feel the effect, kind of asking themselves, that wasn't you, was it?
No, that one was not me.
I see. All right.
This world
Note
is
that down.
very strange. Do you normally have people in your dreams too?
mean, other than you, no, I wouldn't know. It's I don't remember a lot.
This is unnerving.
The rest of the players just going, what? What?
What? Are you talking out loud?
Yeah, Adrian, are you talking out loud right now?
Hey, DM, am I talking out loud right now?
Also, we all slept in separate rooms.
I was wondering, and you can tell me no if you want, of course. Diana tends to keep fairly close to Adrian because Diana feels like she has a bit of a kindred spirit with Adrian because the two of them are both like, what the fuck is happening? And probably would have picked the room next to him. If she's up doing pull-ups, which is an open door in the door frame, would I be able to hear him talking right now? And if the answer is no, I will accept it.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
All right. One of my best skills. Excellent.
Do I need to roll for stealth?
No, but adjust your camera just a little. Your face getting your beautiful.
That is a
face.
nat 20 perception for
Your
total
beautiful face.
24.
Wait, what am I doing? I can't see it on the stream, so I don't know what I'm doing here.
Shift
You sound a lot better.
that way. Yeah, that way. Perfect.
But I got a nat 20. I will take joy in that. Thank you.
Yeah, you hear Adrian talking. Yeah.
You see me, I swing down from in that cool way that athletes do. I'm just living out my cool athlete dreams with Diana. I swing down from the door frame and land, and then I just walk right up to Adrian's door and just knock.
Sorry, I was having a tech issue, but I think I'm back now.
You sound way better, by the way.
Yeah.
Much less fan.
All right. Immediately kind of catch what's going on, stand up, go to the door.
Good morning. Do you wish to partake in arm day with me?
That looks down at their like really skinny arms.
You are only proving my point.
Yeah, I think I'll join in with you on that one. Kind of gather my things and.
There's some good places to do pull-ups. You can do push-ups. You can put your knees down. It's important when you're exercising and getting strong that you are not doing it in a way to hurt yourself. There is nothing weak about knowing how to help yourself get the best exercise. And to prove her point, Diana, as she does her push-ups, will go on her knees.
In your head, Adrian, you hear, they do know that if you try to do pull-ups, your arms will probably detach.
Yeah, listen, we can, at the very least, we'll get a good laugh out of it.
Well, I'm currently doing push-ups, so we don't have to worry about that yet. But I have no clue. I'm just like, well, we wait for the others. Come on.
I'd start doing push-ups.
Push-up contest. And I'm just going to work out until these guys are around and we figure out the next thing. And amazing. I'm not going to talk to Adrian about what I heard yet.
Okay. And it does look like a bit rate's in the green finally. So welcome in. I'm sorry for that. I will edit this into the. It means I have to edit the whole. So much work. But thank you guys for being here. Anthony, I did see a follow, so thank you for that. I did want to catch that while we were going through all that stuff. So. We're good to go. I'm okay. So you guys are up, kind of just hanging. What are the rest of you guys going to start doing?
Cal probably goes about their morning normally. The interesting thing about that dream is that as a concept is not particularly foreign to them. So Cal is up with the morning, does their morning meditation, and is like probably looking for breakfast and like normal solo stuff. Like as much as they pal around with the group, they spent a very long time being self-reliant. So, like, when everybody else shows up, they'll figure it out.
Cal, do you exit the room?
Cal was probably, like, out of their room around the same time that Diana opened their door to do pull-ups.
Adrian struggling for the first push-up.
If that is all you can do, then you have succeeded in doing more than you did the day before.
I'm not sure muscles can grow when they're dead.
So is that the case? You no longer can build the muscle because they are deceased?
I don't know. I'm fairly new to the, kind of undead life.
I wonder where the others are. I have a very unsettling dream.
I will say, Kreia is probably the last to get up, probably by a bit of a margin. They do love their sleep. They can be a lazy little satyr. They do enjoy the comforts of a blanket. They're probably the last to get up. Likely by the time that they get up and they emerge from their little room, they're like curly hair is kind of all over the place, and like their like fur is a mess, and like they clearly got dressed in a little bit of a rush, and they just do a like full body like whoosh, and like their hair goes back to normal and their fur settles down.
Oh, the perfect animated just shakedown of I love that. I think by this point, by the time you get up, Kreia, I think that I would have moved on to get food of some kind. So.
We got breakfast or what?
Yeah, at this point, Kira is kind of walking out, and she is holding kind of a bushel of different fruits, and goes, this will have to do.
Oh, good. And I grab the nearest one and just kind of sit down and
I very carefully pick through them to try and find anything that is berries. I don't do stone fruit.
You find some wild berries in there.
Adrian takes a single grape, knowing they don't really need to eat, but they want to be part of the ritual of breakfast.
Adrian, you don't have to eat that. You remember the last time you had grapes?
I've learned most people get uncomfortable if you just stand there and watch them eat. So I think
we're all kind of used. Adrian, buddy, remember that time you had raisins? Remember that time? Remember
oh my God, was that what you were pumping out of his stomach that one time?
Listen, we don't talk about that day.
Was that why you were so angry the entire day? And when I brought you that bushel of grapes, you told me you, quote, never wanted to see those abominations ever again?
Listen, we've moved past that. Grapes are good again.
All right.
It took some time. It took a little bit of effort. But we got there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know that you do not like, I'm currently eating a peach. I know you do not normally like this kind, so.
I don't like the pits. There's something shady about that.
All right. I look at Cal and I imagine, Tati, you're out with us now, right?
I would have been well out of my room already. When I said I was doing ritual stuff, there's an altar right around the corner. Like... I went up, I walked past everybody.
I think I definitely would have been like, good morning, Tati, while in the middle of a push-up. I had a very unsettling dream last night. And
what did you dream about?
There was a voice, and she was quite gleeful in a not very kind way.
Sheila Schadenfreude?
Yes, there was a man hog-tied, and there were shadows coming from him, and she said something about, well, he's going to die, but who knows about his soul. And then I felt
I think we all. I also had that dream.
You did?
Yeah, I also had that dream.
Did anyone else? Did any of, or just Kreia and me had the same dream?
I had a similar dream as well. Didn't feel very well after I woke up.
Welcome to being pawns of the gods.
True. Mm-hmm. Now that apparently my grandpa's not my grandpa. My grandpa's a titan, not like past a god and into a titan. Apparently now that that's going on.
I don't understand. Pawns of the gods?
Yeah.
We are people of note, the great heroes. Of course the gods take notice. Look. Cal gestures at Kira.
What does that mean for the dream and the very unpleasant sounding woman? I do not please, you know that I'm not from here. I don't understand the connection.
Magic, I would like to, if I can, with Kreia's knowledge of things like, I believe I have proficiency in like something like religion. Would I have any possibility of recognizing this voice?
I will allow 2 of you to make a religion check.
Okay.
I was going to say, don't anybody else touch that.
I have no idea. Diana is looking at you with deer in headlights. There's no religion check to be had. This is Tati. Literally, Diana's looking at you and Kreia and Cal and just going...
little green dice. Ooh, baby, that's a 19 on the die for a 21.
23.
Hell yeah.
You both recognize that the being that you experienced was no other than the Titan Lutheria.
Oh.
Party. Fucking party.
What is it?
Well, let's just say I won't be pouring drinks out anymore.
That was Lutheria. I recognize the voice.
That
kind of.
That was Lutheria.
I mean, if Sidon's up to stuff, it makes sense that Lutheria would be up to stuff too.
That was who she worshipped? Sorry. I am somewhat familiar with that name.
Adrian pretends to pop the grape in his mouth and pretend to chew, just nodding.
Adrian, you're going to make Kreia hate grapes again.
It's one grape. It won't kill him again.
Not actually.
No.
It's one grape. He'll be fine.
If you try to eat another grape, I will take it from you. You see that, with the glint in my eye that you've gotten used to? I'm just like, Adrian, you're giving me a challenge, and I will accept it.
But yeah, that was Lutheria, which is strange. I mean, she's the Lady of Dreams, so that does make sense. That she would be in our dreams.
The Titans have already locked on to you lot. It's
clearly
means that they're definitely aware of your presence, and they have a nervousness, at least, to attempt to frighten you this early.
Kyra.
Yes.
If you have a moment later, I know this is a lot to ask of a god. I feel very lost in a lot of this. How do I not anger you? We can talk about it later. But I just do not wish to anger you or the other gods.
I mean, gods are no different than most mortals as long as you are kind and respectful. We do not need to be revered. We walk among you guys like mortals.
I was under the...
Most mortals of power, you mean?
True, we imbue a certain amount of power, and we are in positions of power throughout all the Phylea.
I was under the impression from my friends here, though, that if we do not make a sacrifice, it can be a problem or curses can happen.
I mean, neither Titan nor God will directly cause you harm if you choose to worship, say, a god versus a Titan, or choose to worship just even one god in specific. Typically, if you choose not to sacrifice, it's not the gods that punish you, but Sidon and Lutheria get jealous because if they're not able to get at least the scraps, then what are you doing on this planet, continent?
Well, I think I want a grape now, and I just take a grape and eat it thoughtfully.
Cal reaches down at their side and unhooks the sickle that they keep at their belt and begins to turn it over in their hands as they regard it.
It is a beautifully crafted tool, Cal.
Thank you. It was a gift.
From whom?
One of my caretakers at the monastery.
There is much I do not know about all of you.
Kyra, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely, Kyra.
Since Sidon and Lutheria have that whole sibling marriage thing going on, as gods do.
Right, I forgot about that.
And since my grandmother is not Lutheria, do I need to be worried about Lutheria extra at all? Because I've heard stories of I don't know about these gods, but from other lands, travelers come through sometimes, of gods that get real jealous and are not too much a fan of the descendants of their spouses' dalliances. Heard about this one guy who did all these trials, defeated a lion, and he was half mortal or whatever, and his dad's also sister wife really just did not like him.
Well, I mean,
defeating a lion does sound like a lot of fun, though, Kreia. Are you sure you don't want to do that?
Not the point.
No, all right.
Do I need to be worried about this?
I would not speak ill on the Titans.
I don't think that would be speaking ill. I think there is honesty that is not necessarily ill. Honesty and ill speaking are not the same thing, and I would very much appreciate honesty.
Let's just say it's a fine line.
True.
And I mean, Lutheria does have their certain ways, and both Titans are needy. I mean, I'm not sure if they even know that you exist right now, so I can't really say for certain if you're a target for them.
Okay. Well, that makes me a little bit nervous with the whole, we need to get famous thing.
On the plus side, the Oath of Peace is still in, and as long as the Oath of Peace is in, they can't harm you.
True.
But it's when that Oath of Peace comes down that they have the ability to attack you.
So we gotta make sure this Oath of Peace stays in place, otherwise I don't want to think about the consequences. There's going to be a lot of consequences besides just me potentially being beheaded by a crystal scythe.
Anyway, have you 5 thought about the Oath of Fellowship?
We had agreed to sleep on it.
And we slept.
I think it would be worth it.
We're agree.
A team.
I do not think any of us needs more fame over the other.
Are you able to have more than one oath at a time?
Absolutely. Oaths are just merely oaths. You can also have multiple curses at the same time.
Adrian doesn't really sweat because that requires functioning sweat glands, but you just see like him get clammy at the thought of that. I'm in.
You have a thought, Toti?
Out of character, can you resend me the language, because I wanted to double check it one more time.
For what?
I don't remember what it says.
The Oath of Fellowship?
Yes.
I've not said it
yet. But there's a rule set that I have on Roll20, but I can't open it without crashing my whole computer. And I would rather not.
It's not going to be in the oaths or curses that you were given as a player.
Okay.
There are many oaths that can be sworn across Celia. All oaths are not bound by those. Those are just common oaths that are within kind of like cultural oaths, we'll say.
Okay.
But oaths can be sworn for any reason. They could be sworn because someone loves you and wants you. It could be an oath because they want you to fight someone for them. But swearing an oath is within itself sacred. The oath itself,
right.
But it could be for many, many different ways, and you would kind of know that.
Yeah. So it's a mixed bag of feelings for Tati, because she's kind of a tool in that regard. I mean, she's fairly well known as opposed to everybody else.
You guys are allowed to do whatever you guys choose. Cal.
I have intentionally stayed out of the public eye. I worry that if I rise to fame with the rest of you, that your lives will be even more targeted than they already are.
And if we receive fame on our own, we are still going to have a target and less protection. There's not going to be... We are archery targets, regardless. We just had a dream from Lutheria herself.
Well, does the oath protect us, though? What protection does the oath offer?
Not letting any of us get ahead of the other could be protection in itself. Because, let's say hypothetically, Adrian gets far ahead and then gets attention that we no longer can get to him, or something can happen and there's nothing we can do. At least if we share it, we know we're in it together.
Diana speaks truly. This merely is just a safeguard that if one person goes ahead, they're not the sole target of whatever comes your way. If it's an evil bandits, or if it's a dragon itself hunting a specific person, it bonds you 5 together. If you choose not to, that is of your own volition. I am not here to force you to do it. It is merely something that I suggest.
I do not wish to shine stronger than anyone here. I believe that the only light we should make is together. And I think, Cal, although your caution is admirable, it does not make much of a difference. You will be making a sacrifice that offers very little.
It still needs to be unanimous.
I understand.
I've already died once. I'm good.
What say you, Cal? Tatiana? Would you like to partake or not?
Cal, is this something that you're comfortable with? I know that this is this can be relatively jarring for you if we move forward with it.
If it means that I can protect you from the harm that I bring you, then it is a balanced choice.
And I'm gonna like offer you my hand. You can't bring me any more harm than looking like this already does. So I will support you as long as you all promise not to let somebody cut my head off.
Oh, I'll cut their head off first.
Yeah, no, nobody's cutting your head off. Well, we're gonna make sure of that. I am not strong, but I can be very mean, and it can do some damage.
Oh, 100%. Kreia packs some more intimidation than anybody I know.
Adrian spins his knife and then, like, throws it down on the ground, sticking down. It's like, and I can stab anybody in the butt that tries to cut your head off.
Specifically in the butt, huh, Adrian?
I mean, you don't go for the kill shot immediately. You know, it's fatty, more tissue, and then...
All right, thank you. But you see that I'm giggling. So what do you say? Are we in?
For those of you who want to partake, repeat after me. I insert your name here.
I, Adrian.
I, Diana.
I, Kreia.
I Cal.
I hate this. Okay, I Tatiana.
You can even, as a player, you can even have a drink if you like.
Look at us, we're so cliche.
I love it, though.
Swear upon my life and my honor.
Swear upon my life and my honor.
That I will uphold the oath of fellowship.
That I will uphold the oath of fellowship.
With the warriors who stand at my side.
With the warriors that stand at my side.
Well, cheers to that.
Yeah.
Adrian actually does take a drink this time. I'm going to regret this later.
Worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it, Adrian.
I just tried to breathe that in.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, my tea is not warm enough anymore.
Stomach.
My tea is too cold and it's not as good as it should be.
I feel like we're all saying this in character.
100%.
It's like, oh, the sweet bonding moment. This tea, though.
This tea is just not hot enough.
Yeah, this is the moment I wish I had more magic and I could do the fire, but you know.
Oh, can I?
Can you do the fire?
I don't know if I can do fire, but I don't
Cal, can you do the fire?
I can insult your drink.
Yes,
I can make it look like something else.
Go make it look like something else.
I minor illusion, and now it looks like hot chocolate, and you can see a little bit of steam. But when you take a sip, it's the same, and the temperature has not changed.
Oh, come on! Well, it looked really nice, Kreia. Thank you.
I wish to give you a gift before you depart, and answer any questions you have as well. But I would like to do this. Let's start with questions. I'll give you the gift before you leave. What questions do you have before you set out?
Where do we go now?
I believe you are tasked with shaping the silver fires of the Lost Forge in order to craft the tools that you need, claiming the mighty weapons wielded against the Titans by the first Dragonlord, and drinking deep from the bottomless dragon horn to reveal a vision that Versi couldn't see. Is that correct?
From what I remember, yes.
Well,
A handful of other things as well, but...
But what does that mean in terms of... We walk out the door. Where do we go?
Well, we should probably go somewhere where we can find out information about one of those things. I think, if I recall correctly as to where we are, the Astoria is a city that's nearby. Well, nearby-ish. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's about a half day's journey. You could definitely go there. So I believe the part about a dragon horn is probably Balmitria's horn. That was in display in Astoria in the Shrine of the Dragon. The Dragon Shrine, I should be more specific. So you can go there. It's typically on display. You can talk to Aesop, and he should be able to kind of guide you there and let you take a drink. Then let's see. The armor. I imagine that if you wanted to find the armor of the Dragonlords, the best place to go to is their resting place, which is the necropolis of Tillamook. It is a little bit south of Astoria, about a little south. Never eat soggy waffles. Southwest. So you could probably find it a little over there. It's about the same journey. It is guarded, and not a lot of people are allowed to enter. But all of the Dragonlords were buried there at some point. Then let's see the last one. The fires of a steel forge. Silver fires, of a lost forge. I bet some dwarves in Astoria might know the location of that. I vaguely remember of a forge that dwarves used to live in that at some point during the First War they were driven out of. So I think that they ended up in Astoria. You'd have to look around.
Isn't there a weird little dwarf guy in Astoria?
Oh, Vulcan, yes. He's an odd one. He probably knows.
Sounds like Astoria is going to be our best. Sounds like Astoria is going to be our best bet.
Do you know Vulcan, this Vulcan, Cal?
I'm fairly certain that we are talking about Uncle Vulcan.
He's your uncle?
Cal looks at Kara.
Not many people remember that nowadays, but Vulcan is indeed, yes, most of our father.
Oh.
It's a nickname.
All of our fathers.
What?
It's a nickname. When I was growing up, I used to call him Uncle Vulcan.
Cal.
Granted, that was a long time ago now.
Cal, you are a mystery wrapped in an enigma written with a question mark.
Most people think that he's just a grumpy old dwarf, a little senile, because he is a little focused on his work nowadays, but he is indeed the god of Forge. He's very kind.
Right. I need a crash course, please.
I normally just smile and nod.
What do you want to know?
I just go to Kreia and just sit down and go, tell me about the gods, please.
Okay. I give you the rundown. I basically tell you so these are the main domains of each one. This is the god of, the goddess of, the symbol. We have a chart with all of this, so I give Diana the load. I give very short. Give Diana the load.
For the people who are here in stream, I will say that you recant the 5 gods.
Yes.
Mitros, the goddess of dawn. Vulcan, the god of forges. If you want.
Okay.
You see Diana is looking at you with the eyes of I need to know this. Oh my god, and a little bit
Lord dump for chat.
For chat. I'm looking at Kreia, I would say, with the eyes of someone who is a truly enthusiastic student.
All right, so let me give you the lowdown. First, I'm only going to tell you about the 5 gods for now. We'll get to the Titans another time.
I know a little bit about the Titans.
We'll get to Grandpa another time. The 5 gods. Let me give you the lowdown. So first we have Mitra, the goddess of dawn. She's the goddess of light and life. She's usually depicted by a silver dragon with golden eyes. Very cool stuff. You know,
Tati.
light and life. We like that. Yeah, Tati. Tati can tell you a lot more about Mitras than I can. Tati knows a lot about a lot of things. We have Vulcan, the god of forges. He is what he says on the tin. A silver anvil, wreathed in blue flame is kind of his symbol thing. We have Pythor, father of our wonderful Cal, who is the god of war, golden hammer, 5 stars, that whole sort of thing. I'm sure Cal can tell you more. We have
Diana makes a note of what Cal is doing in this moment.
We have the goddess that I follow, Kyra, here, right there, goddess of music and trickery. Don't think I forgot that.
As I've noticed, yeah.
Silver stringed lute with 5 stars. A lot of them like stars. There's a lot of, 3 of them kind of have the star thing going on. And then you have Kyra's sister Valis, the goddess of wisdom, who is all about knowledge and has like the golden laurel wreath with 5 stars. She's a little bit of a buzzkill, from what I hear.
She is a buzzkill? Is that why Cal said I should follow her?
Oh, I don't think you're a buzzkill, but
I am a little bit of a buzzkill.
I didn't say you should follow Valis.
I thought you did. Who did you say you thought I should follow?
I thought that you would do well in, rather, I thought that Pythor would be more interested in you.
It's kind of,
you choose who you want.
It's kind of weird now knowing that he's your dad.
He likes his warriors.
Kreia, thank you. It is very obvious to you all that I am not from here, and I gesture to like the grayish skin tone and all that kind of stuff, and I say, I appreciate your patience with me.
So Vulcan is the god of uncles?
Adrian, I swear to gods.
I don't know, man. Live long and prosper.
Oh my god.
He is the god of smiths.
Yeah.
I called him Uncle Vulcan.
But he is the one who you say is the crazy old dwarf.
He's a little odd, from what I hear. I don't think I've never encountered him. I've been to Astoria once or a couple of times over the years, but I don't have much use for forged items, so I don't really have any expertise over there in that one.
You tend to prefer foraged items, don't you?
You know it.
It's true. That is... Cal, did you just make a pun?
Did I?
Did you guys know that... Did you know that Cal has a sense of humor?
Oh, yeah. When Cal lets loose, and Cal does not let loose, but I imagine when Cal lets loose... It's a good time. I've come close to almost seeing a glimpse of it. I've come very close once. You remember that party? You remember?
Very close.
Are you talking about the one where I had to save the kegs, the barrels from those? I
think it was a different party. There's been a lot of parties.
There was the one with
many.
The barrels where I had to retrieve the wine barrels that were trying to be stolen. There was the one where I saw one of you, it might have been Tati, just completely bitch smack a man into oblivion, which was awesome. But I don't know if that was Tati or someone else.
It might have. I don't remember. There's been I do a lot of parties. I've been around a lot. You know.
Well, Cal's sense of humor probably came from your mother because it definitely wasn't your father.
No.
Definitely not.
Tati, your goddess, have you spoken with her?
Not recently.
But you have in the past.
Many times.
What is she like?
Quiet, but willful. When she wants to speak with us, we'll know. She always kind of has a bit of a way of sneaking up on you, but as long as I remain faithful and continue with my daily prayers, everything will be fine.
Does she treat you well?
She's the only one who accepted me for me.
Then I like her already. So are we going to this Astoria then?
I think that might be the next logical step. I don't know if we want to go to a super guarded necropolis right away. We might want to go. I think Astoria might be the right move. It sounds like there's more things there, and we might have a chance to maybe be a little bit more prepared to go retrieve this armor.
I will follow.
Any other questions? Well, let me bestow this one last gift for you, and then I shall depart, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Don't worry, I know how to reach you.
They eye you, Kreia, and they go, I hope that you are able to tell great stories of your adventures. This gift that I give to you is not for the sake of defeating the Titans, but to aid you in whatever obstacles you may encounter and keep you safe and always in safety. They reach forward, and as they do so, they start to glow with this aura, and they create this spiraling golden circle that kind of wraps around their arm, and it starts to lace itself in between all of you as it starts to kind of weave between you all like the fabric of time. You see it give you a warmth that you've never felt before, and as they touch it with their other hand, it vanishes into a blinding sparkle. As the bits and pieces kind of hit you. It doesn't burn, doesn't hurt, but it's just kind of awe-inspiring. Each of you will find a new feat on your character sheet. If you don't find it, please ping me and I'll let you know what it is. It is a free feat. Some of you have interesting wording as a custom feat. And if you have any questions, please let me know.
Nice.
Who got the custom feat?
I did not get
too custom.
I'm familiar with this one.
I'm familiar with
Are we allowed to tell each other, or it should be a secret? Can we say what our feats were?
I'm usually under the party's consensus of how you guys want to handle it.
Up to you guys.
Sorry, I got distracted with reading.
I'll reveal mine when it comes up naturally.
Sure.
Same.
See, mine isn't really going to come up very natural. I'll try to see if it comes up naturally.
Kind of will.
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, yeah, your stuff again. If I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of never mind.
But mine is not. You see that Diana looks as if she's got a little more like buffness behind her, as if it would take a lot more hits to bring her down.
Well, with that, you'll find your way to Astoria. It's just about a half day's journey.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Safe travels.
So we go then.
Yes. You take your stuff, getting ready for the journey in front of you. Sorry, duck. And you head out on your venture, setting out into the unknown, shall we say. And hey, that was good. As you start to go and take on your pack, who's leading the party in this moment?
Well, no, I shouldn't lead because I don't know where we're going. I'm only good if we're like going through like a mountain or a forest or something. So,
did you hear my eye roll from here?
There was an eye roll? Oh, thanks, Doc.
Tati obviously wants to be at the front of the group. Obviously, Tati wants to just blaze down the trail, leading the way with a brilliant banner.
No, that was eye roll was for. I do not want to lead. I led last time. The only reason we succeeded is because I somehow pulled something out of my ass.
I'll do it. I'm a wanderer. I know where we're headed.
Yeah, I kind of like, I start by, canonically, I start by walking ahead and then I just go, I don't actually know where we're going. And I just walk around behind the group.
Yeah, great.
Do you have a preference of path?
I don't know. We could go through probably the south or the east. You're more familiar with the city itself than I am. I'm familiar with the surrounding area, but the city itself, I'm not much of a city guy. Do you have a preference for which way we go in? You know it better.
Do you want to go in by way of the political gate or the mercantile gate?
I think the mercantile gate might be a little safer.
Busier.
Blend in with the crowd.
You also have to deal with all of the inspections of import and export.
True.
And all of that.
What do you recommend?
They each have their benefits and detriments, though I suppose it depends where we want to go first, really.
Okay, well, and we're having this discussion as we're walking. By the way, Magic, just for your information, we're not standing and like talking about this. We're walking towards there as we're having this discussion.
Figured.
Cal and I at the front doing our little chit chat of, ooh, where should we go next? I think perhaps the best place to start, I think we should probably get this prophecy thing out of the way first. It might give us a little bit of insight, and that could be helpful in the other two tasks. So we might want to go to the Dragon Shrine and talk to Asa.
So where is the Dragon Shrine going to be in relation to how we're approaching the city?
Absolutely. I will go ahead and share the map to you. I think there's a map that I can actually send you so you can pull it up whenever you want. Player's map of Astoria.
Oh, we can have the DM's map of Astoria?
Why not? So unfair.
So, question. Is this... Doofus, I love you. Your laptop's going to take off in outer space.
Really?
it tones down when you talk because your mic then picks up your, like, when you speak, but yeah.
I'm just going to turn it on and go,
Well, what I was actually going to say is if you leave your mic on and you don't keep turning it off and on, it eventually evens out. It's when you turn it back on after keeping it off, it just zoom.
Well, I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to hear me blow my nose, so I'm just going to stay muted until someone says, yo, Adrian.
Okay.
Okay.
So I was going to ask, hello, why do I have a go away pop-up? I was looking at this, and then all of a sudden it popped up, and now there's numbers and places. I was gonna go away. I was trying to navigate.
Just trying to be helpful.
I I forget my own keys. I was gonna ask, is it feasible for me to know where we're going based off of my own travels?
So
because I would have been here a lot.
Yes, you would know that probably traveling, and I think Kreia, you would know where the Dragon's Tooth is, kind of more on the eastern gate. Cal, you would know that this is where a lot of people stay. You would also know that the King's Palace and the Dragon Shrine are kind of tucked up to the east gate. The downside with the east gate is because it's so well fortified, it's often not guarded, which means it's kind of hard to access sometimes. You're going to have to kind of go up and around to get into the area with the vineyards, because it's kind of nestled in between the rocky cliffs, and the vineyards kind of ascend the cliffs a little bit. It has a very tiered structure.
Kind of like steps.
Yeah, the vineyards off to the east, they recede into the mountain, and it's kind of like a little bit of a valley set, and the vineyards kind of stack and raise as the steeps kind of go up and down, and they kind of just roam across the whole side. You can see where people built these studded walls to kind of help the land stay up and not kind of cave down into a smoother shape.
Very, very cultivated retaining walls and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay. So because the carts are going up through the southern access, it's easier to get to and easier travel. But if we want to be hassled less, we'll have to take the rougher terrain.
Yeah.
What kind of terrain is it?
Would it be considered mountainous? Or forested?
I would say it's mountainous, but it's mountainous, but less in a natural way. Very, very steep
Would
cliffs,
I
mountain.
still get my natural explorer benefits because I double stacked on it accidentally? So I have the mountain survival trait due to my background as an Oriad, but then I accidentally also picked it for natural explorer. So I'm just like all the mountains.
Probably.
I would be okay to deal with that.
Probably.
Okay. I don't know if I've heard this. I will allow you guys to. I don't know if you guys are talking loudly enough for the entire group to hear. I don't want to go, I magically heard this the entire time.
Cal is speaking at a casual speaking tone, not lowering their voice at all.
Same.
Cal is very much of the mind of, if I am normal all of the time, people will ignore me. So they are like as indescript as they can possibly be for sticking out like a sore thumb.
Also speaking at normal volume, just having a convo.
I think I kind of do the thing where, like, as a tall person, I kind of just lean over just a little bit as we're walking and go, so did you say something about steep terrain?
It's a little more man-made, but...
Right. I am very familiar, though.
The eastern gate is set against into the foothills of the mountain range.
If you're concerned about that journey, I believe I could, I feel very useless for not knowing anything about Astoria, but I could at least help with that, if that is the way we choose to go.
If you are familiar with that sort of terrain, I don't
Very
see a
much
reason
so.
why not to.
Yeah. If it'll make our entry into the city easier, it might be better. And I think, if I remember correctly, that gate is a lot closer to the Dragon's Tooth, which is a place that we can stay. And I can probably get us a free room.
I appreciate that, Kreia.
Going to the east gate will also mean you'll get in more towards the night, closer to 7 or 8 p.m.
So a later arrival.
Take longer.
That's okay.
The mountains are the only memory I truly have of my distant home. So I am quite kindred with them. But I defer to you. If it is a faster journey to go the other way, I just wanted to let you know that I think I could help.
Are you mountain born?
I kind of gesture to, because
obviously you appear as
I am have I not told you my heritage?
Well, a small bit, but I didn't know what sort of rock affinity you had.
I'm an Oryad. I am a mountain nymph, as were both my parents. I grew up in the mountains. I spent more time there than with most people. Goodness knows how I ever learned to be social. I attribute a lot of that to Tati and Kreia, to be completely honest with you, over the last couple of years. You heard Versi say that I was quite far from home. I have not seen the shores of my homeland for about 70 years.
Wow. It's a long time.
But I don't want to take time or attention from what we are doing. So I'm an Oryad and I can help you with mountains. That's really all you need to know. Anyway, Adrian, I need to talk to you.
So we should come to a consensus as a group. As we are under this oath of fellowship, I think going forward, it's important for us to all be at least a majority agreeance. I think there are certain things that will need to be unanimous, and we can cross that bridge when we come to it. But I think for small things like this, a simple majority would be enough. I think it is worth it to take the East Gate, as Diana knows about mountains. Does anyone disagree? And it's okay if you do. Like, no pressure. It's just which gate we go through. It won't be a big deal.
Adrian just kind of looks up, who just didn't notice a lot was listening, but was like, honestly, I've been looking for rocks most of the time. I'm cool either way.
Tati, what do you think?
I think going in through the east would be smarter. It's going to be a little bit safer to get us in there. And put us closer to the places we need to go.
Point of order. Do I know of any centaur camps or any known roaming large animals along the southeastern side of the city, where we're going to be skirting around that side of the city that we need to be cognizant of outside the city walls?
Not particularly. Southern is a little bit more random. The further north you go, the worse it gets.
Okay. Heard.
So, to remind you about the Natural Explorer, while traveling for an hour or more in your favored terrain, I get the following benefits. Difficult terrain does not slow our travel. We can't get lost except for by magical means. When we are engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, we remain alert to danger. If you are traveling alone, you can move stealthily at the normal pace. When you forage, you can find twice.
Are you taking lead, Diana?
I would like it if basically what I would do if I RP'd it, it would be, I can go ahead, but I would appreciate that if one of you who knows the city stays at my side.
Yeah, we'll be here to help.
Diana, make me a survival check.
Okay. And I get advantage on that, I believe. Yes, I get advantage because of my Oryad background.
I was going to offer help with my proficiency, but you got it yourself.
With all the help offered, I appreciate it. I got a nat 20. For a total of 24.
That just means we live forever.
So, as you guys make your way up to the side of the east, you find yourself kind of skirting through the mountains in a long, very winding path. You find yourself kind of going back and forth, up and down different hillsides and different areas. It is not long before you end up finding yourself at the Eastern Gate, where a kind of an older gentleman is dragging one of his sickly ox through the gate, and he's just kind of pulling him along by the tug, and leading him through the inside. You also see different people kind of start to kind of go in and out. Some people carrying big jugs, and you could tell that this is largely kind of like their wine intake and outtake. It's very low guarded. You can spot about a guard here.
And you said it's about 7 or 8 that we entered the city?
Yeah, it's about 7 or 8.
I think our best bet would be to get lodging first, just so we have check-in times at places can be a little funky, and I need to, if I'm gonna get us a free room, I can likely get us a free room because I am an entertainer, and if they agree that perhaps my services, I hold up my 3 musical instruments, can be helpful or entertaining, sometimes people give me a free room when I play a little.
Well, it is quite good.
Do we want to try for an inn then?
I was thinking the Dragon's Tooth. It's the one I know. I've been
you'd
there
rather
before.
stay with your dad.
My father was actually not the one I was thinking of.
Who were you thinking of?
Magic, how far are we from the Tiermos lands?
It's from the main city. You, being one of Pythor's children, ended up getting a fairly close plot of land. It is not common for Pythor to very amorously love his partner, and now the children are a different story. And so the vineyards were probably about 5 or 10 minutes from the main gate.
Outside or inside the gate?
Outside the gate. All the vineyards on the outside.
Okay. That makes sense, but, tracking. So if you want to stay in the city, then the Dragon's Tooth is probably the bet. But if that falls through, we might have a backup.
Okay.
I mean, I want to see Kreia perform, so...
Adrian shyly pulls out, I'm probably mispronouncing this, viola. Like, I can help if you need it.
I'm a one-man show, but I appreciate it.
Adrian, if you like...
One satyr show, excuse me.
Adrian, if you like, perhaps you and I can jam at some point.
Yeah.
So you guys are headed to the inn, correct?
Yes.
So it's about 6. Or no, sorry, you're headed to the inn, not the vineyards.
The inn.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I
Dragon's
thought, but also
Tooth.
my brain wait, what? Dissociated. Alrighty. So you end up finding this very kind of ornate building that's carved with white stone accents. It's a very popular public house that kind of distinguishes itself from the sheer amount of activity that comes around it. People are often going in and out with different platters and plates, and kind of, you see some travelers, some that look like they're around here, and some that don't. But you do notice a general vibe of solemnness that is also kind of partaking in this region, especially with a condensed amount of people. You see patrons that are drifting in various states of sobriety. The scent of food and sound of raucous conversation emanates from the open door and window. As you guys step through the door, you see that the busy street outside the tavern barely hinted at the sheer number of patrons crammed inside. Locals and travelers from across Salia crowd around the bar and an assortment of wooden tables sharing the latest gossip.
I would like to confidently walk inside and walk up to either the bartender or someone who might look like they're an owner or in charge.
You walk up to a familiar face to you, Delphion.
Delphion!
Hello. Greya. Pleasure to meet you.
Good to see you again. Remember a few years ago when I did my little song and dance here and you were nice enough to give me a free room? I'm here with a couple of friends where we have some business in the city, and I was wondering if maybe we could do something like that again.
He grabs one of his cups and kind of slides it down the counter to a man that just holds out his hand and grabs it as he leans in over the table. Yes, I heard gossip that you were one of the oracles chosen.
You know, people love to gossip, don't they? They sure do love to just run their little mouths, huh? Interesting. Okay. I mean, if that sweetens the deal, I can certainly, put on that show.
So a show for a room? One room?
5 rooms.
5 rooms.
Or like two rooms with like each with a big bed. Just something that'll fit 5 people. You know me, I can sleep anywhere.
Satyrs always did have that. No, put that down. No, not there.
Hey, I can give me a chair. I can.
Yes.
There's probably someone hot in there.
Probably. Let's see. I can spare 2 rooms. I think we have just a few left. But if you perform as well as you did last time, it will be on the house.
I think I can do that.
My fee is a gold.
All right. When would you like me to go on?
We have a little bit of a gap. Why don't you head up there now? Would you like a drink before you head?
Absolutely. You know how I like them.
The house mead, right?
Oh, yeah. The strong stuff.
Absolutely. He kind of turns around and starts pouring from large barrels. Cal?
You mentioned that there were townies sharing gossip. Cal would like to kind of sidle over that way.
He hands back over a big slap on the counter. This mead that kind of topples a little bit off to the side, running down the mug. All right, off you go. And if you need any more, just raise your hand, and we'll send after you.
I gotcha. No worries. And I take the thing and I head up to the stage and I chug it. And then, I am going to use my pan flute because I get a special thing with my pan flute. Because I believe it's memory for music. Yes. So, with my memory for music, I have proficiency in one instrument of my choice. Pan flute, I have a lot of instrument proficiencies. Bard. And that means that I have advantage on this performance check, which I assume I will be making.
For you, I will allow it.
It is literally a mechanic on my character sheet. I would be upset if you didn't.
Okay, just making sure. I thought it was an ask.
No,
absolutely.
it's not an ask. It is a thing that is on my character sheet. If I make a performance check with my pan flute, I get advantage.
Go
Satyr,
ahead,
baby.
And make that check. The 4 of you. I'm assuming you are all settling off to the side in a group, or are you splitting up?
I want to remain close to someone, because even though Diana puts on a very like brave face and can handle crowds are really not her thing. She's like very much like when we've gone out as a group to bars and parties before, Diana's like stood against the wall like this in case shit goes down and she gets waved over. So she's feeling a little out of her element. So she's kind of looking over at like Tati and Cal, if Cal hasn't walked off already, and Adrian, and just like doing the thing like big old Great Dane thinking it's a puppy, just doing this. Just like very awkwardly, like, yes, I suppose we shall watch Kreia perform.
So that is a 15.
Okay.
Because the highest roll I got was a 10.
Tati, Cal, Adrian, are you sticking near each other?
Yeah, I'm sticking near with the group, unless someone's trying to go off on their own.
Cal is like honed in on this juicy towny gossip that's happening here, so they are not really paying attention to the group.
It sounds like it sounds like I think I just saw Lore said that they wanted to do that too. So I think as I'm just like, Tati, Cal, sticks next to Adrian. Hi.
Adrian also just awkwardly, hi.
Cal and Tati, go ahead and make me a D8 roll. And hold that until I ask.
Awkward
Kreia,
friends.
With a 15, you do a fairly decent performance. Would you like to tell us what you did?
Yeah,
Would you like to do it for us live? Let's see this performance. Let's sing. Come on.
I don't sing.
Evelyn.
I don't sing, and Kreia doesn't sing. F that.
A rhyme. I don't know.
So Kreia goes up there, and they have their little pan flute, and they will occasionally be casting minor illusion because that's just part of their whole thing. And they'll like play a little song to like kind of catch the attention, and then, ladies and gentlemen, and those betwixt, between, and beyond, let me regale you with a tale that started long, long ago. And I'll tell like some generic story about the gods. And then I will come to the end of the tale and say, but wait! This was not the end, for 5 heroes would rise and restore order. Now, who those 5 heroes are, I couldn't tell you. But there are Heroes 5. And I think that's kind of where the 15 comes in, with like I'm not going to give you any more information, but I'm going to be a little bit teasing. Because awesome. I don't want to say too much. And then I'll play another little song on the pan flute and do a little satyr dance.
Free bird!
Wait, what does the little satyr dance look like?
I don't know. It's probably something that's like a little too sexy for this setting, because it is a satyr thing.
Grinding.
But like, it's also got like a melodic pan flute, so it's a little dissonant.
Yeah, I'm just hearing in my head like the 1950s. He was gyrating his hips. That Elvis, he's too sexy for television.
Yes, I do some very Elvis-esque moves as I play my little pan flute.
Cal, Tati, we'll start with Tati. What did you roll?
I rolled an 8. I'm afraid.
Okay. You hear rumblings that everyone agrees that Princess Honora would make a much better ruler than her father, King Pythor. Everyone loves Pythor, but thinks he's a terrible king.
I mean,
what did you roll? That fair? Yeah. You overhear that the Order of Sidon has demanded the destruction of the Temple of Five in Mitros.
Well, at least we have good dinner conversation. Shit.
Well, damn. Meanwhile, Diana and Adrian are just standing there like, so did you think, I thought Kreia did a very nice job.
Yeah, I didn't know satyr legs could move like that and the hips swinging. I was concerned for their health for a minute, but they pulled it off very well.
That is not the first time they've danced like that, and you know it. Adrian.
Drop it low like a satyr.
Who are you?
Drop it low like a satyr.
Who were you talking to this morning?
Just kind of talking to myself.
I would like to insight check that bullshit.
Okay, make me an insight check.
You're going to do that at disadvantage.
That is true.
Well, disadvantage sure got me. That's a 7.
Do you want me to, if I can describe this one a little bit? Because what I imagine is when you're trying to like look into his eyes and see it, you see a quick flash go over them. That's really throwing you off, but you have no idea what it was. Yeah, he was talking to himself, but something's a bit off.
Okay. Just wanted to check on you. Mental
okay.
note.
Don't worry, if it ever becomes a problem, I'll let you know quickly.
Will you, though?
I already died once.
You keep saying that. And, you know, I do not think you should be so keen to die a second time, Adrian.
I'm not keen on it, but I mean, you know, I don't know how long I've been dead, so we'll see.
You're going to hear in your head, Adrian, you know, some of us haven't died at all yet. Please keep that in mind.
Would I have to verbally say something?
I'm going to say that you're going to be able to think it.
All right. Think to myself. It's like, listen, I'm trying to throw him off here. Okay, just give you a minute.
Adrian, are you all right?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Confused?
That's my normal state. Anyway, let's see what Kreia's doing now.
You're muted.
Kreia's up there, like, doing backflips. No. They do one really successful backflip. They look like they're about to do a second one, but you can see a flash across their eyes as they think better of it.
The white-haired, wiry man comes up to your table. He's also the bartender and kind of grabs a chair, straddles it, kind of puts his arms across and goes, "Oh, so you're with Kreia."
We are friends of Kreia's, yes.
And you are also this oracle business.
No, we're not in any kind of business. We've been looking for work at different places.
Adrian, with all the love in my heart for you, and the normal times I would like your jokes, kindly shut up.
Adrian kind of flops down, kind of.
Why do you wish to know?
Merely just like investigating rumors.
Oh. Whatever Kreia said is what you should believe.
Can I be approaching the table?
Absolutely.
From my little corner over by the bar here? Direct company of the host.
Yes, he was.
To what do we owe this honor?
Well, just checking in on some local gossip and seeing what you guys are up to. What brings you to Astoria, the fortress city?
Well, my family lives here.
I look at Adrian and kind of give him a look of, okay, I didn't mean shut up, like, completely, like, just...
Listen, I'm not used to, like, concerts and, like, I've been to a few parties, but I just kind of stay in the corner and pretend to drink something, because if I drink too much, all of a sudden I have to go poke my stomach, get it all, and leak out. It's weird, okay? I don't know what to do with my hands.
Okay, then breathe. Breathing is the only way that you can keep up stamina. We have been over this.
I don't need to breathe, I'm dead.
God. We are here to visit Cal's family. And I look at Cal with a look of, sorry.
You must be one of his, so beloved children.
Me or
Must
Cal?
I?
Well, I know that he tends to favor Honora out of most of his children. The king has, well, he always has a very strong drive, we'll say. Have you heard of the latest news then about Honora?
I have been traveling a bit. I'm sure you have what's most up to date.
Well, I don't know where you fall in the donation of Pythor's gifts, but Honora is slated to be sacrificed here soon. Or so rumor has it.
It's a way to favor a child.
Well, didn't hear this from me, but kind of looks over to you, Tati.
I'm not there.
You're not there? I thought you were.
No. Listen, I am quite frankly frowned upon by most people here. I would have had to have taken up residence in a corner somewhere. I'm not out in front with everybody else. I can't be.
That is fair. He looks over at you, Cal, and well, the Order of Sidon. Have you heard about them recently?
What about them?
Well, I'm just making sure you're aware of their presence.
Seem to be, well, of course. Well, especially with the treaty and everything being so close at hand.
They sent a small attaché to the king a few days back, and they demanded some sacrifices. At first, it was just some cattle, and as we've grown and exhausted most of our cattle, all we have left is the weak and the sick. I think the last sacrifice was about 100, and they grew impatient, so now they're demanding that Honora be sacrificed in the next few days.
What sort of sway do you think they have with Pythor?
Not sure.
Pythor.
They seem to be at a lock. There seems Pythor is drowning his sorrows in ale and generally seems helpless, more defeated than you would expect someone of his stature.
That does sound very unlike him.
But that is just rumors. Not all of them are true. In fact, I heard the other day that there were a cave of basilisks nearby. Surely that can't be possible.
Why not?
This close to the city, we'd track them down. We're Astoria's finest warriors.
I'm going to look for Tati in this moment.
You see Tati over in a corner, hood up. They found a unique corner, very shaded and shadowed, and you almost wouldn't have noticed them if it wasn't for their kind of overt temple regalia that stands out from the local fair.
I I would safely say that I'm, and Laura, correct me if I'm wrong, that I would know enough about how you approach these kind of situations that I wouldn't outright approach you because you know how people treat you. Would this have been something that we discussed as a group? Because I don't want to approach you if you would have said, by the way, like, I'm not wanted around here, like, you're going to want to leave me alone kind of thing. Would Tati have it?
That's not really... she stays out of public eye because it makes other people feel comfortable, not because she wants to. But I mean, like it's the onus is on other people. If you approach me, you approach me. That's on you, and whatever consequences you gain from that are. I mean,
I think do I know what your favorite drink is?
No, most people know that I don't drink as much as I smoke.
Right. I think about getting you a drink from the bar, and I'm like, no, all right. And I'm just going to walk over, lean against the wall next to you, and kind of do that thing where it's like we're both looking out on the people, but not looking at each other. And I say, you doing all right, Tati?
Well, it's not quite always fun to sit in the super dark, scary corner, because that's where you find monsters. But I digress. If I didn't love people so much.
I know. There is a couple of things the bartender came and sat with us, and I'm wondering, there's rumors going around. I wanted to keep you apprised of them. Apparently, Inora, who is the daughter of Pythor, is slated to be sacrificed in a few days.
No, that's certainly unfortunate for them. She's the favored ruler coming up if Pythor doesn't drink himself into a stupor.
Wait, they want to sacrifice her, but I don't understand.
The people around here seem to prefer her to him. You would have to ask Cal, though, what their sister, sibling, why? I don't know enough. It's just I happen to hear it.
And then I heard something about there might be basilisks, though he wrote it off as an impossibility.
I'm sure that there are.
Is there any? That was my thought as well. If we found a wild boar.
Humans are notoriously naive and, quite proud when you live somewhere like here. I wouldn't be surprised if they're close at all.
You are right, as always. I trust you above most people, Tati. Do you need anything from me?
No, not for now. However, I would, it would be wise, don't look in this direction. And if you notice, her head's actually down, but her glasses and her cloth are both sitting on the table.
I make a mental note of this, look deliberately away from you, and just say, I'm already made of stone. You let me know if you need me, Tati.
I will. Don't worry. I'm enjoying. I'll learn some things.
Over at the table, the Delphian kind of looks at you, Cal, and goes, "Still a little early. If you want to head out and do anything, we'll keep your room. It's number 4 and number 7. It should fit the 5 of you." And if you need anything else,
appreciated.
Let me know. And he's going to get up and walk back over to the bar as Kreia is finishing their song and is able to walk to the table now.
Muted.
Krea's gonna walk over to the table with a little pep in their step. They enjoy performing. They're feeling pretty pleased with themselves. And they're gonna walk over to the table and they're gonna sit down and they're gonna stop by the bar on their way and pick up another glass of mead. This one they will sip. They will not chug this one. But again, they may be small, but they can hold their own quite well. They've been in drinking contests with dwarves. They can hold their own. And they'll come back to the table with a little mug of mead, and they'll sit down and be like, "All right, that should. I think that got us the rooms."
It did. He said rooms 4 and 7.
4 and 7.
Ours.
7's pretty nice. I don't know about 4.
I thought it was 5.
As far as 7.
Okay, I was like, am I crazy? Okay, I'm crazy. This is what I get. I'm just across the bar. I'm just like, are you sure?
You're practicing your lip reading. It's fine.
Yeah, you're still learning, Tati. You're still learning the lip read. And admittedly, I was distracting you a little bit, so you can blame me.
Are you sure? Cal, are you sure? Cal, are you sure? Okay.
And I think at this moment, I'm heading back towards the table. And I say, so interesting thing from Tati. Great job, by the way, Krea. Very good as always.
Thank you.
So we found out from Delphion is his name, right? We found out that Enora is highly likely to be sacrificed, but Tati just told me that she's preferred by everyone around here. They would rather have her as queen than keep Pythor.
Well, who wants to sacrifice her? Because those might be two different groups. The people who want to sacrifice her and the people who want to put her on the throne.
The cult of Sidon.
Well, that sure doesn't surprise anybody now, does it?
You see, I don't even know much about the cult of Sidon, and even I'm on the same page as Krea.
Yeah.
The soldiers that we ran into, soldiers, armored cultists that we ran into at the temple.
Lords that I murdered.
Whoops! No, I have a thing, and I'm trying to wait patiently.
They were of the cult of Sidon that were trying to take back Versi to Sidon. They are instigating and insinuating their tentacles of power into the political system. They are creating moves to regain what tools and what pieces they have on the board. They from what I understand, we may actually see them moving into the city because they have demanded the destruction of the Temple of Five.
Well, the Temple of Five is in Mitros. So moving into both cities.
If they are looking to take down the pinnacle of the gods, they are, of course, going to have to go after the individual seats of each of the gods.
This makes sense. Laura, would you like to do your thing?
You were so adorable. Oh my god.
I even did the 2 hands.
You were so ready.
Okay.
I'm so hyped for whatever this is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but...
Answer.
Can we canonically make it that I actually am lip reading? Can that be real?
There is a feat for that.
Okay, but I'm asking if I can circumvent the feat because this is what I have to do and because I technically cannot engage in regular conversation.
And also, Tati and Krea, I think, are likely familiar enough with each other, have probably been in enough of the same taverns or same areas that Tatiana might be familiar with the way Krea specifically speaks.
I will let you make a perception check with advantage this time. In the future, I do think that your character can, as long as they're covered, engage a little bit.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to be covered because that sounds
Free the nips.
Wait,
Free the snakes.
That is not what I meant.
Free the snakes. Free the snakes.
Oh my
Free
God.
the snakes.
I need hashtag free the snakes trending on Twitter, please. Anyway, no, I would probably just because it's more comfortable, and taverns are weird because sound does not bounce the same. I was rolling my dice between my hands, and my watch congratulated me on working out.
While you roll that, we are going to go to a break. Hi, I'm really good at cliffhangers. We're going to go to a break to 10 past the hour, at 9, 10 Eastern time, or 10 past the time zone, wherever you are. Get up, stretch, take a little bit of a drink, and we will see you very soon. Hello and welcome back. I hope you had a good break, got up, stretched around, and wow, I think I just said Cherney's welcome back thing almost verbatim.
It's like you listen to it all the time.
It caught me off guard. Well, hi. What's up? Hi. I see some new people in. Atomic Killer, welcome in. Thank you guys for those donating to the short Evil D&D series. I saw Quaker 6 Gaming coming in. How you doing? You guys are booping in the chat. You've turned to robots. Iron Trout, welcome in.
Yeah.
Nasty. Robots. Lore's Mama, welcome in. I see Wanderer and Lore's got their daily crystal. Again. It was still in my queue, so I was just recognizing them for their great achievement of being here.
Listen, we got some extra daily crystals today. It is definitely achievement today.
I know. Secretly here to watch the team drink a soda. Fun fact, I'm trying to cut down on caffeine after 5, so I don't drink, well, after like 6. Sometimes I get home at 5, so I drank it earlier today. Instead, I have a bunch of water because I'm trying to sleep more often, and my anxiety doesn't do well with caffeine, I realized. Fun fact. So
I have blueberry lemonade.
we last left our adventurers in the Dragon's Tooth, where they had met Delphian, a old gentleman who was kind of the bartender and owner of the place. Listening in on some gossip, they found a little bit of the information about what's happening in Astoria. And the overall vibe that they have gotten from the area is still somewhat of a gloom or a sullen vibe, probably to do with the rumors of the princess's sacrifice that is kind of surfacing amongst the townspeople. They find different hints of what the Order is planning across all of Maestros, and the overall feeling of Princess Sonora and their position here in Astoria and how people view them. We were at the table, kind of tucked up a little bit in the corner, near Tati, close enough that they were able to read lips. What did you get on that roll?
I had to turn it on. Okay. I got a nat 20 plus 6 for a 26.
Amazing. My dog is panicking. No! We're not doing this right now. Don't bark at me.
Please hold for practical difficulties.
Riku wants to be a part of Magic Academy, and you refuse to cast him.
I know. He'd be great.
He can come be my familiar.
He can be he can be a Barkbarian.
A Barkbarian. I love that.
Get out.
To the punch into you.
Bye! Journey immediately
I'm not mad.
go.
I'm just disappointed.
Thanks, Dad.
Learned it from watching you.
Tati, you are definitely able, with a crit, to read the lips of what's kind of happening over on the table. What do you do with this information?
Okay, because we took a break and you made me forget. What were you guys talking about when I started freaking out?
I have lots of notes and can tell you exactly what we were talking about because I'm a good boy who takes notes.
And Churney also takes notes, so now we got 2 note takers.
Yes, Churney probably takes much more thorough notes than I do, but I get the gist, so I can give you the gist. We were talking about the whole Princess Honora thing and how and the sacrifice and more of the details on that it's the cult of Sidon that is going to be trying to sacrifice her, that it's
It's a power play.
It's a power play. And they're trying to take out the Temple of 5 in Mitros. And so they're making so the Cult of Sidon is making power plays at each of the seats of power of the gods, very likely. Though we only really know about 2 of them so far.
Okay.
Basically, we're talking about the dissonance between, the fact that you have the Cult of Sidon who wants to sacrifice Honora, and that the populace clearly likes Honora and prefers her over Pythor, which is obviously going to cause unrest in the city.
Yeah.
And the additional information that Delphion brought us was that apparently Pythor is not really fighting for Honora. He's like drunk and apparently sorrowful for some reason, or just not connected, which is part of the reason that Honora is gaining favor with the people.
I have to. I have a thought. But Tatiana, if you want to do your thing first before I add, though, you might want to overhear or lip read this thought.
Yeah, go ahead, because I gotta figure out how to formulate what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Krea's going to say, well, I wonder if, because did you also at any point mention the increase in sacrifices, in livestock sacrifices?
Delphion told us about that as a group.
Yes, that's.
I was up on stage. I would you guys have mentioned that to Kreia as part of this conversation?
I think so. I think that yes. Yeah, I would say if we're talking about her getting sacrificed, we'd talk about the livestock increase. Yeah.
So I wonder if, because I had my thought. Because there's more and more and more sacrifices. I wonder if they're trying to. I wonder if the cult of Sidon would be trying to justify the sacrifice of Honora by running out of livestock. Because if they're increasing the amount that they're sacrificing livestock, and they run out, and all the livestock is old and sickly, it stands to a certain amount of reason that they might blame that on the drunken king and therefore justify the sacrifice of Honora. Does that make sense to anyone else?
I think so all right, so Kreia, now I'm in your head. Okay.
Okay.
So, I think that I think the justification here would actually be to take Pythor down and put him in place with somebody who is loved by the people and is capable of being a good ruler. My concern here is if they sacrifice the beloved princess, what type of uproar is that going to put here in the city and the surrounding areas, and how unguarded is that going to leave Mitros?
Yeah, it seems like it's going to backfire on them, though that might be the goal, considering the everything of it.
Correct me if I'm wrong in this statement, but Cal is kind of sitting back for a second. They think that the city is the finest warriors. This is a city of the god of war that is fortified against all invasion. This is not the city of the finest warriors. They have gone too long without war to be the finest warriors. The god of war sits on his throne, drunk with a dull blade, and they are proud.
Maybe they're trying to throw it back to war. After all, Sidon's domain is the Tempest. It could be that they are looking, that merely that they don't have a goal as structured as we think they do. That perhaps they just want the tempestuousness of conflict.
The cult of Sidon, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, the cult of Sidon wants chaos and tempestuousness. But Pythor is the one who has to offer up his daughter. They can ask for her.
I wonder which way Pythor would lead. would lean.
Pythor gets his war. And you have a fortified city protected from everything. What better way to destroy it than from the inside? I think
we might need to talk to him.
You think he's leaving himself open?
What did you say, Kreia?
I wonder if an audience
I think
might give us insight.
Cal, I hate to say this, but I think we need to meet with your father.
Not
we don't
like there's
have
any
to.
avoiding it.
I mean, we have a shit ton of things we have to do in this city, to be quite honest with you. We might as well add like a 30-minute audience with the drunk king to our list.
We'll put it underneath the drinking from the horn, right?
Yes, we need to drink from the horn, we need to speak with Vulcan, and we need to fake it. If we're going to be, and Craig's going to look around quickly to see if anyone is listening in on them. Magic. I'm going to look around and see if anyone is listening in on us.
Make me a perception check.
May I also make one? Because I'm always on my guard.
That's
I was actually going to ask if I could from the opposite side of the room, because I would be able to see more than you guys can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to go for it.
Does it go ahead?
I got a hot 12.
12.
I got a 19 on the die, plus 6, 25.
25. You both notice a general buzzing of the tavern, people kind of coming and going, and the different sobrietied travelers kind of bumping into each other, but nothing out of the ordinary. Tatiana, you feel generally safe.
Okay. Then I will, if we are going to, and then Gray will do the look around. If we are going to be the heroes of the realm, and they're going to say that very quietly, purposefully.
The
heroes, the heroes of the realm, as apparently is prophesied. It seems like this is something that we should look into.
Adrian.
As much as I really don't want to be responsible for this, to be quite honest with you. It's a bit out of our way.
Adrian, you have been silent. This is a fellowship. What do you think?
I don't have a lot of history of the gods, the titans, the realms. But I do feel like kind of looks around, kind of mimicking Kreia and search around. If we are meant to be these heroes, we have to do what's right.
And what in your mind is right, Adrian?
I don't think we should allow a living person to be sacrificed.
I'm with you. I think we need to save Enora.
Yeah. Humanoid sacrifices, not fun. You know, you wander around the old wood too long, you run into some druids, they try and grab you, you know. Trust me, that's when you gotta go fast.
See, this is why I've been saying that we need to do more running days in case you try to get kidnapped for human sacrifice, Kreia.
I just don't go into the old wood anymore. It's fine.
Kreia!
I know the safe spots.
Kreia,
and I got running. Listen, there's certain times when running's not good. Sometimes with druids, running ain't gonna help you.
Okay, but what if they're not druids? What if we're here and I told you to run with me and you didn't?
Well, I have other means. Magic, baby. pew pew, and you see like a little puff of smoke from minor illusion come from each finger gun.
I kind of teasingly look at you and I go, "Oh, magic! Well, I have animal friendship and some healing." And I kind of just laugh.
And I've got a rock.
You sure do, Adrian. You sure do.
Oh man.
Better than a mushroom.
No, I don't want to look at mushrooms for the next month, please. No offense, Kreia, but no.
Kreia's gonna pull a little tiny one out of their bag and just.
It is about 6 p.m. in the city, and there's still a little bit of time to go exploring. Or you could retire for the night and start on a fresh day. What would you guys like to do?
I actually am going to correct you. You said we arrived between 7 and 8. I imagine it would now be closer to 8.
Yes.
No, we time traveled.
Okay. It's close to 8. There's still a little bit of time.
You said 6. I just wanted to make sure. 2 hours can make a big difference in the evening. Like yesterday at 6 o'clock, it was perfectly light in my apartment. And then by 8 o'clock with the power out, it was pitch black.
Oh, man.
We know from experience.
It was dark.
I look at the group and I say, I think it is worth it to maybe get a lay of things and check one thing off of this list, maybe? How many hours do you think Vulcan keeps?
That's a good question. What do you think, Cal?
Do I remember?
Go find out.
Great! Can we visit?
No, I don't remember. I have to go fuck around and find out.
Cal, would you like to go fuck around and find out about your Uncle Vulcan?
Oh, we love it.
Let us go speak to the god of uncles. And
I mean, it's close. It's close by. It's literally next door. So it's not like we have to go far.
We just don't want to fuck around and find out.
We go. We don't? All right.
Let's go then.
Let's go visit Vulcan.
Cal is going to double check that the tab is paid for. Like the table and any food that got served to us.
Sure.
Before we leave.
Are you going up by yourself?
I'll go with you.
If nobody steps with Cal will just go, because
Kreia will see you
don't
go
leave a tavern unpaid.
Kreia will see you go in that direction and be like, "Oh yeah, the bill," and probably go with you. Because Kreia also knows the man who owns the place.
Shit, paying for shit, right?
As Kreia and Cal, as you start heading up to the counter, you get kind of intercepted as a smaller dwarf steps in front of you and slams his cup down and goes, "Give me another." And what's his name? Dalphian is going to go look at him and go, "You've had quite a bit there, but that's fine. I'll give you another." And kind of
just don't get in a carriage, eh, mate?
What?
You know, because you shouldn't drive drunk. You shouldn't drive a carriage when you've had a lot to drink. It seems like you're having a good time.
Never drink and horse.
Seems like you're having a good time, buddy. Yeah, rock on.
I don't know if good's a quite way to put it, but little bit of frustrations with the situation, but we'll make it out, I guess.
You want to talk about it? Sounds like you want to talk about it.
What? No.
Sounds like you have things to say, NPC.
No, that's just Kreia being like genuine, I promise.
I know. I'm just making a joke.
The dwarf kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, we sent up a party up to the Mithril mines a few days ago. They got intercepted by a horde of centaurs and a few cyclops. We lost one of our crew, one of our clan. Yes.
I'm so sorry.
The northern gates are heavily fortified nowadays. There's bands of cyclops, minotaurs, centaurs just kind of standing there, which is really fucked up. a lot of our plans. Our clan was one that was in the Mithril Mines quite a while ago, and we thought we'd go back and retrieve some of the dead to give them a proper burial, but alas, that was not in the cards, was it?
I'm so sorry to hear that. That's really hard. I Satyr from the fields, you know how it goes. We deal with a lot of roving centaur gangs sometimes. It's not every centaur is like that, but unfortunately, they've been probably not treated the best by society. A lot of us little monsters are not. But sorry. I'm talking in circles. I'm really sorry for your loss. I get it. It's rough.
Well, it is what it is, and I think the leader of the clan is going to put up a work order tomorrow for anyone who wants to go up there, but it is what it is. Bartender, I'll pay for the drinks. And he puts down 2 silver.
Are you sure? We've got quite a big party over here.
It's on me, and if you find yourself up that way, keep a lookout for some of our kin. Bring them back. We'll have the work order out. So,
if we find ourselves up there, we'll keep an eye out, and I'll shake his hand.
It's a pleasure. We'll see you soon. And he kind of heads back, hobbling. And Delphian goes, well, that just about pays your tab. Just 1 silver more, and we can put it on the house, or keep a tab open if you like.
May as well take care of it now.
Okay, 1 silver it will be.
I walk up to the bar and just kind of, because I haven't drunk anything, and I just go, I always find this is awkward to ask at bars, but can I just have a quick tankard of water?
Absolutely. Do you have a canteen with you? I could fill it up for you.
I would believe I have a canteen, so I hand him the canteen. I kind of look at him and I say, is there much of that happening, people in trouble in this city, other than what you told us? How much is brewing here?
We have a lot going on lately. The unrest of Versi's prophecy has only entrenched everything worse. Political movements of the Order of Sidon. Dwarves that want to reclaim the skulls of their own beloved kin. There's a lot's going on. But we'll make it out. Or we'll all die. But I guess that's your fate.
One way or another. We should probably head out.
Do you know his name? The dwarf there.
Yes. I do.
Does he come here often, would you say?
He's an often coming over. He and his clan were one of the ones that were pushed out of the northern mountains and some of the mines up there. I believe his name was Dadriuk.
Dadriuk.
Well, shall we go visit your uncle then, Cal?
It'd be nice to return the hospitality someday.
Certainly.
All right. Do. That's my travel sound.
Just making a note so I'm more consistent.
Making our way downtown, walking past.
You all know that the forge is just around the corner. In fact, the sounds of the beating of the Wow. The beating of the iron, it can be heard in the distance. You find yourself near the center of the town where there's this large building with fortified stone walls and shingled roof. A sign hangs from the building, heavy bronze-banded doors. It reads, Vulcan's Hall. Inside the hall, you're greeted by a warm glow of embers and a blast of hot air. The room is decorated with a variety of bronze armors, weapons, and farming tools, and a weathered-looking dwarf works on an anvil near a blistering forge at the back of the hall. He wipes the sweat from his brow and greets you. Hello.
This is one of the apprentices, one of the masters. This is Vulcan. Who are we looking at here?
Pleasure to meet you, Vulcan.
I'm.
No, I thought you were Vulcan.
Thank you. We're gonna say Cal is kind of in the back of the group for this one. So like maybe standing behind Diana as they come in.
Do the awkward thing where I just step slightly to the side.
Yeah,
There's
definitely
no
like
here.
Definitely, like, when we walk in, like, maybe Krea's at the front, because Krea's, like, you know, an energetic little satyr, but Krea is definitely going to immediately, like, as soon as he introduces himself, just look at Cal.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Diana just goes, oh, yes, steps aside so Cal is visible.
Good evening, Uncle Vulcan.
Yes. One of my son's spawns. Yes, I see. And by the looks of it, the Oracle's chosen. Interesting. This is very interesting. I see how they could kind of perceive some of these. You have different backgrounds, and then coming in together, it's very interesting. I think that you guys actually make a pretty good crew. You have different points of interest and different backgrounds. This is very interesting. But Versi actually saw you all. I thought it's very interesting. Seeing you guys as all different parts, and not all from the same city, different from around.
Hi, I'm Diana. It's very nice to meet you.
Diana, pleasure. Vulcan.
I was having trouble keeping up with what you were saying. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure it was for our benefit.
It's sometimes I ramble, but it's fine. We have it's just great that you are here. Seriously, the thought of the chosen ones in my forge at this time, of all times that is happening, it is a truly amazing time.
Well, you are a god. I'm Krea, by the way. I should probably introduce myself.
Pleasure to meet Krea. Most people around here have forgotten that, I will say.
Yeah, he's the god of uncles.
Adrian thinks you're the god of uncles. Can you just tell him you're? Can you just tell him you're the god of uncles? It'll make him happy.
I'm not really sure what that entails. But I will say that there was a time where I was mining the most beautiful of metals. And that metal would actually be something that was utilized in some of the best things that I put on probably a lot of uncles. So I guess in a way, right, you could probably say that maybe that was there. But I can't be certain.
Oh my God.
Did you forge any of them over a silver flame?
His eyes kind of glint up because he's been kind of working while he's doing all this stuff. And for a moment, his eyes glint up and you see the embers kind of sparkle in his eye. You know about that? What business do you have it?
If we are the ones foretold, apparently we need to find it and use it.
Oh, I missed that forge. It burned hotter than hot. It burned with a silver flame. It was the most beautiful of flames. What I would do to have that flame again. I forged the most amazing weapons and armor of all the land. I could almost see them, the glint that they had, the shine that they gave, almost as they were enduring themselves. Oh, it was euphoric. But that was a long time ago. First war, I would say. We got pushed out, and there was the whole taking over of the forge. That was unfortunate. And we got pushed out. A lot of the clan kind of moved here, and I did hear recently a party was trying to go back and collect the skulls of the dead. Heard they were paying a little bit, but I would go there myself if I could. Unfortunately, with the Cerberus and not Cerberus, excuse me, the centaurs and the other terrible things, Cyclops, Minotaurs north. It's a little
rough up north.
Impassable right now.
Okay, so but the forge is up in the mountains in the mithril mines?
Yes, the mithril mines. You'll see them. It's about a day and a half walk up to the mountains. It's beautiful. You get to see the journey as it crosses across the mountains. It kind of goes in between them. Some of the most spectacular views you'll ever see. And the mines themselves, they dive deep. The water, if you follow the Arclean River all the way to the north, the water dives down into this beautiful gorge of a cavern, and down at the bottom of the spiraling natural cascading land is the most beautiful of caves that kind of caresses as the mist of the falls billow out. Oh, I miss the sound of it. And he kind of turns back to tinkering away.
Is that cavern where the forge is?
Well, yes, it is. It absolutely is.
Okay. It sounds quite beautiful. I have not worked with metal. I have only worked with leather and cloth materials. So,
well, next time you're not busy, I could use another apprentice. And he kind of snaps his hands. Theo, did you get the horseshoes on the horse in a reasonable amount of time? They still need that by the end of today. The customer's coming in tomorrow. We need that done. And you see a little boy kind of come in, like pre-teen a little bit, kind of like young and kind of, he would be muscular, but kind of hasn't developed enough to be able to grow the muscles. As he goes, yes, sir, right away. And he kind of turns around and goes to the back, and you see him take a bundle of horseshoes.
So, okay, so Cal, you say what you're gonna say.
Cal was going to kind of nudge Diana, like a slight little elbow to the side, and like smirk up at Diana and look at Vulcan and then smirk again.
What?
Apprentice to a god, huh?
He seems to be a fine worker.
He is. Arguably one of the finest, if not the finest.
I don't think we quite have time for that now. We're busy saving the world. Well,
I did at one point give my son an amazing hammer. It was able to forge even the most amazing tools. If you could only see the beauty of a hammer coming down on the slickest of metals.
Do you know where that hammer is now?
Oh, Pythor still has it.
Another reason to see Pythor.
He carries it around. It's one of his prized possessions. It has rusted a little, but nothing that forge couldn't reshape.
I think at this point, I kind of sidle up to Tati, and I say something a little quietly, which says, well, we have 3 days, right? 3 days till this sacrifice. Do we have time to pursue this right now?
Oh, we have as much time to pursue anything as we choose. It's neither really here nor there. I'm not quite sure we can make it and get back, but if we choose to pursue that, then we would be leaving this behind.
I will say, if you guys are ever able to actually get to the mithril mines and recover all of the stuff and relight the forge, I would definitely help you forge some weapons. Not for killing Sidon or Lutheria, but just to help you on your adventures.
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
Yes.
I don't think relighting the forge should be our top priority. I think that is something that we can, and I'm going to say this to the group, not necessarily. I'm not really.
He kind of goes back to like hammering some things.
Yeah, he does this thing.
Oh, good, he's hammering.
I don't think the forge should be our priority number one. In my opinion, the first thing we need to do, the easiest thing to do, is get the prophecy from the dragon horn. I think that needs to be our biggest next step. After that, I think a bit more investigation around perhaps this everything with Honora. I think seeing Pythor after. I think we drink from the horn. We talk to Pythor. Those two spots are pretty close to each other. I think those are our next. In my opinion. Obviously, once again, we are a group. We need to decide things as a group. But I think that those should be our next moves.
I agree.
I don't really want to be grappling with centaurs either. Not yet.
Neither do I.
No, that we would have been in very bad news had we run into that herd back when we were looking for the board. So, Correa, I think that your decision is quite wise. Tati, Adrian, what do you think?
It's probably wise to go for the horn first.
Yes.
So for now, bed,
and then first thing in the morning, horn. And then see what we can do about getting an audience with the God King himself.
Before we leave, as if you guys decide to make a move to leave, I'm actually would like to approach Vulcan with something privately.
Okay, absolutely.
I go to him and I pull out a little bird charm, the seabird.
Mm-hmm.
Do you work with tiny metals ever, or is it only the large metals for armor?
All armor is all metal is metal. I can usually do. I don't do finesse work too much. He kind of holds up his big dwarf hands. That's always the best at grabbing small objects.
Back in my second home, there was a tradition to create a mechanical stimfey. I would like to create such a thing. I'm bringing it next level, like my whole stimfey mechanical thing. Where do I start?
I would say starting. I see you have this chain here kind of linked over to this other loop. I would move that over to create a little bit of an opening to where you could probably tuck a small magical charge that might allow you to imbue some of the arcane into it, if that's what you're looking for.
Well, I'm looking for it. It looks like this. This is just a small replica. Is it an heirloom? Not heirloom. That's the wrong word. Is a treasure. I mean, I want to make a big bird that does things for me.
A bigger bird. Well, I think you could get a few metals. I know a few tinkerers around that could probably link in a little bit of some of this metal. It's a little bit of a fine work, but we could probably make it work and make you a prototype to build one off of.
Yes, because I do not know how familiar you are with the Amazons, but Amazon Rangers have these beautiful mechanical birds that are imbued, and they can be hawks or owls or falcons. And I know I am not a true Amazon, but I believe that having such a thing would be very useful. And you mentioned weapons.
Sure, it would. Sounds like it definitely needs quite a bit of magic, but we could definitely make it work. Let us look into it, and I'll get back to you.
Thank you, Vulcan. And I just do a quick awkward head nod and follow my group.
Thanks for being such a cool uncle, I say as we go out the door.
God damn it, Adrian.
He's just going to turn you on and keep hammering. I'm going to go ahead and kind of fast forward the sleeping process. Unless you guys have anything of importance, you guys make your way back to the tavern where you're able to rest for the night and wake up for the next day and start at roughly 6 or 8 a.m. Kreia.
Okay. So I don't want to share a room with any of these people. Can I go find someone fun and see if they have a room?
Wow, Kreia! Wow!
What type of fun are you looking for?
We're in a tavern. We're at an inn. We're like, I'm 127 and I'm out having fun. I'm in my whole phase. Let me live.
I will say, rule of cool, you absolutely do find a fun person and manage to find your way into their house.
No, I'm not leaving the tavern.
Their room.
They're not taking me to a secondary location.
Do not ever go with the fun person.
I travel, but not that far.
No.
Don't go with a fun person TM to a second location.
Yeah. Ain't nobody taking me to a second location. Okay. I only go to one location.
You guys all wake up for the next day, roughly at 6 a.m. Where are you guys headed off to?
I'm kind of curious how we paired off into the 2 rooms. Or did we decide 1 and 3? Like, what was the arrangement that happened in the room?
Well, it's the 4 of you, so how'd you pair off?
I will be sleeping in the floor of one of the rooms.
Okay.
Adrian just stiff as a board as if he's in a coffin. Just a whack on the floor.
Or like, I picture him like on a coffee table, like a long coffee table.
Adrian, that's not a bed. Adrian, what are you? Do you want a pillow at least?
Planking champion.
I would say I kind of like the idea of Cal and Diana kind of awkwardly sharing a room.
Sure.
And just Diana being like, I want to ask you so many questions, but that's not really conducive for sleep. And then just going to sleep.
Adrian, I guess, is paired up in Tati's room, just straight up on the coffee table or in the floor.
I mean, enjoy, I guess. Okay.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go have a lot of fun somewhere else.
All right.
Would that require a performance check as well, or where?
It really should.
It should. Performance check. Performance
Please
check.
let me roll performance checks. That's the thing I'm supposed to be really good at.
All right.
Well, a performance check and dexterity saving throw, I would say.
Yeah.
No. We'll stick with the performance.
Performance check under 15, you have to roll a dex save because now you're the bottom.
I agree with Tati. That is, what did you get? What'd you get?
Okay, let's see. That is a 23. Or
Okay,
22.
you don't have to
23.
So you don't have to go make a dex save. Great.
They might need a Constitution saving throw, but
23. I have a good time, and we don't need to discuss the details.
You're the one who brought it on stream. No, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
You brought it on stream.
Yeah.
That's fair. You know what?
We don't need to discuss
and Adrian are just in the
details.
next room. With a 23, they hear everything.
The fuck I do. I'm stoned out of my mind. Nice try. I am stoned out of my mind.
Adrian just in there like, do you have any to spare?
Have at it.
Tati, before we wake up, I know that you have your trance ability. Would you like to do that before we start the day?
Oh, which one is that?
The one that allows you to save 2d20 rolls.
Yeah.
From what I remember reading on it, it seems like a thing that you do when you wake up and you kind of trance and save it.
It's like the divination wizard thing.
This way you're not
Oh,
dead
not
for
doing
10
it.
minutes during battle.
I would love that. Yeah. Okay.
Whoops, Tati's
'Cause
transient again.
I don't know if there's a time on the D20 how long you're allowed to save them. I don't think there was a time.
Replace any attack save.
I think for divination wizard, it's per day, but I don't know what it is for this.
Yeah,
It doesn't say, so I mean, I could technically hold on to them if
I would
as
say
long
per
as
day.
I wanted, but yeah.
I'm cool with that. Cool. So I do that. Go ahead and make a note of that somewhere so you have it.
Upkeep the silver for the barkeep came out of my tab for last night.
Okay. You guys,
Can an undead person actually get high?
So I was actually thinking about this when you put the question in. It would depend on what type of undead you are. It depends on whether or not the synapses in your brain are functioning and firing. I assume because you are reanimated, that technically is likely what's moving you, is that your brain, because it's not necessarily that your body might have been fully reanimated. It could be that just your brain has, because your brain is where all of the control is. It's not actually in your limbs. Your limbs do what the brain, everything in your body does what the brain tells you to do. So it would depend on how you define Adrian's form of life and function. So if you think that the brain is what's been reanimated and there's firing neurons and synapses, then I would say yes. And if
I'm gonna
not,
take this.
then I would say
Adrian,
no.
are you taking some of the drugs?
To tune that out, yes.
Okay.
I told to myself, we're about to go for a ride, buddy.
As you start to inhale some of the drugs, can you make me we'll make it a con save.
Things I never thought would show up on tonight's stream
Do I
is
have to
Tatiana
babysit him?
giving. Oh my god, yes!
No.
15.
With a 15, you still fail, but you become aware of some of the effects. You feel as the magic that is holding you together stutters here and there. You do get the effects of kind of getting high, but for a split second, you wake up and you see the purple glass around you before popping back.
I never touch this again.
And that's how Adrian decided drugs were not for him.
Welcome to the
got
After School
scared
Special,
straight.
Magic Academy Edition.
He got so high he woke up dead.
I mean, that means Tati doesn't have to.
I typically don't share
that means Tati
anyway.
doesn't have to share.
I typically don't share. I'm just nice enough, and nobody wants to listen to Kreia.
Not
I feel
speak,
like
do the
curiosity,
thing.
just like, let's see what happens if the dead guy smokes.
I mean, fuck, I'm all for it.
Kreia's a satyr. Kreia can pull lots of people because satyrs have a reputation, which is
I'm
why
gonna make a really
I bring
inappropriate
this
joke.
in.
We need to move on.
As you all wake up, Adrian, and you're kind of mellowing out, you hear in your head, can we not do that again?
This bad decisions were made. I just did not want to hear Kreia again.
It is good
You
to
heard it.
It is good to know that that is another possible means of exiting. So that is good, but unfortunately, that also means that you also probably won't exist. So I don't know if you want to die again.
No, that's preferably not what I want to happen. Also, yeah, scary. I'm sorry for putting you through that, and it will not happen again.
Okay. As you all start to wake up and get ready for your day, you find yourself out in the middle of the kind of room. Where are you guys headed? Where are you guys going first?
I think we should go, to the horn first.
Alrighty. Off to the horn you go.
Oh God.
You know that the reliquary, or you guys find the reliquary sitting off to the side next to the king's palace. The dragon shrine is at the end of a quiet street that runs into a wall of the wall of the gorge. It's a large stone building with a copper dome. The pediment above the door bears a marble engraving of a legendary dragon, Balmitria. Inside the building, there is a strong smell of incense, and you can hear the muttering of prayers of priests at the shrines at their daily rituals. It is not long as you enter. That's a figure kind of comes up to you, dressed in a kind of brown, yellowish-hued regalia of priest clothing. They have small little dragon faces on their shoulders, and they have an ornate necklace with a dragon on it with some talons that kind of point off to the side that are in the shirt underneath. They have their hair in a long braid, and they have kind of those tassels that are holding the hair together, kind of going up some of the braids. And as you walk forward, they go, "Hello, how may I help you?"
I'm standing in the back.
We're here to see, I believe it is exhibited here, the dragon horn, the Balmitrius horn. We've been sent to speak with Aesop.
That's me. Pleasure to meet.
Oh.
Who gave you my name?
I'm Kyra.
Oh, yes, they are really fun. I miss them. They haven't been around in a hot minute.
They are fun.
And who might you be?
Kreia. And they will gesture to their friends. And these are my friends.
Pleasure to meet you. Unfortunately, I cannot grant you access to the Horn of Balmitria right now. Balmitria.
May I inquire as to why?
Unfortunately, it's not here anymore.
Well, that's not good. Where might it be?
I don't quite know, but that is also matters I must speak to the king on. Not really for you to consider yourself.
Was it stolen?
We assume so.
What do you
Do
mean?
you know?
I guess I don't know who you really are to really be giving you this information. For all I know, you could be in.
So
I'm gonna
influence with
walk
them.
my happy ass to the front of the group because I've about damn near had it. Listen, I have tried to be nice the entire time we were in the city and not pull, "Hi, I'm the bitch in charge here." But now we're done. And Tati's literally gonna like stride between the four of them, cause she's not in front. You know, it's not her temple. She's just on the place, but fuck, she does now. And she's just gonna cross her arms, you know, straighten her back. Hi, we haven't met, and that's fine. But unfortunately, we're the 5 chosen people, and I'm sorry, I know you probably didn't want me to say that out loud, but we are, and we're kind of here to sort that part out first. So while I do appreciate that you think that this is a delicate matter, we're supposed to be here. Kyra didn't send us here for funsies. We're here because we're here to do a job. So I would appreciate it if you would stop beating around the bush. You're either going to take us to the king or figure out where the horn is. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
First he's
what she
chosen.
said.
Yes, first he chose the 5 of us.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate your candor. Let us go then. And they'll kind of slowly turn around. They hold themselves with a very calm and centered kind of manner as they walk past the reliquary to a small area, the reliquary. It's the small stone chapel. There's 3 alcoves that are protected by glass. And in the center is this beautiful, ornate kind of pedestal that kind of twists and turns as it moves up. The light kind of beams in right perfectly on the pedestal where something would sit. And on the furthest side, the central alcove, the glass is broken. As you can see, we woke up, it was about 2 days ago, and the horn is gone now. I'm assuming another twist and turn of the Order of Sidon, or someone trying to regain artifacts from the First War.
I would say Cult of Sidon is very likely.
Tati?
I would like to cast Detect Magic and see if there's any sort of, was this like a smash and grabber?
Absolutely. I'm really excited. So as you cast Detect Magic, you don't need to roll for this. You notice that there is a faint glow that appears along the pedestal and kind of goes dripping down towards the window. You kind of get a close look to notice that it's a purplish liquid that kind of is haphazardly splashed, as if the people who had done this weren't trying to really cover their tracks. But you see this kind of purple liquid kind of dabbled throughout, in and out of that window, and kind of goes over the top of the window outside.
Do I know what? Is this a potion, or do I know what kind of spell, magic school this is?
Make me a perception check.
With Detect Magic, you should be able to tell which school of magic it is automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I know what that is? It would be probably enchantment.
Interesting. Magic Daddy, check your Discord messages real quick.
Yes.
Oh, that's unsettling. Okay, well that's cool. So there's some. Yes, actually something at play, but whoever broke in here used enchantment magic. Do you not have magical barriers, or you were just never concerned about being robbed because of the city you're in?
I mean, this has sat here for dozens of centuries. I didn't think that it was really something that needed to be safeguarded.
The Oath of Peace is ending. Everything needs to be safeguarded.
Tati, as you turn around, you also notice that Adrian gives off a large aura.
Oh my god, oh son of a bitch, what color is he?
He gives off, that's another really good question, damn it.
Thanks for
what
asking.
School of magic is it, if it is?
Yeah.
Scary.
Transmutation.
Okay, that tracks.
Fuck. I mean, of course, my brain went necromantic. No.
I understand your guys' worry, but we have plenty of things that kind of are out and about. It is the Horn of Mitria, but at the same time, we're not in the business of hiding things. We are a shrine. People come here to speak to the dragon themselves.
There's a dragon here?
Well, this is the Horn of the Dragon. One of the ones ridden by the Dragonlords back in the First War. Considered to be mother of all dragons.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Aw.
I did it, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Damn it.
I didn't get that one, but appreciate y'all.
Damn it.
It's a duck thing. He does it, so we've all adopted it.
Oh, I see.
It's a Tom thing, and then it became a John thing, and then it became a duck thing, and now it's a
I
a
hang
thing.
out with him too much.
Just, buddy, don't even start with me. Damn it. Anyway, so I'm gonna ask you this out of character before I explain it, because I'm gonna need your help. Do you remember when we did in Skyhorn, we blasted that wall, that gust, and Evelyn was gracious enough to allow the magic to spill through the doorway and back out?
Yes.
Does detect magic do the same thing to the window? Can I see more magic outside?
I mean, as you get closer, because it creates a 30-foot radius. Yeah, it creates a 30-foot radius around you. Look, I actually know a spell. So as you get to the window, you do notice kind of, or the alcove. You see the damn it, nerd boy. You see the trail kind of lead down into the back area towards the woods. Kind of down. Well, sorry, excuse me. It leads outside and down the alley on the outside of the building because there's not any woods nearby.
So that it leads out into an alley.
Yes, the alley that's next to you guys.
Okay, hang on. I'm doing a thing. That was a divination spell because I need to. Moving forward for you guys, give item. Okay, I didn't want that, but we're doing it here. By the way, whenever I cast a divination spell at 1 level or higher, I get to choose one creature I see, and that person gains temporary hit points equal to your wisdom modifier plus your cleric level. So that's a thing. I'll pick one of you guys in just a second. I was gonna eat mini mo on stream. But what I would like, God, I'm gonna do this. I would like to go over to the window and just kind of, so it goes out and down the alley. We can stay here. We can keep looking if you want. Cause I've got, how long is this spell for? It's a 10-minute long spell. I mean, so I've got about 10 minutes to track and do things if you guys want to go after it.
I think tracking it would be a good idea.
I think so too. I think if you have I hate to compare it to like a bloodhound, but if you have the scent, we should follow the nose.
It's nice to be reminded.
I do the ranger thing. There's only so many.
I do at some point want to come back here and talk to the dragon. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're okay. It's just nice to be.
It's nice to what?
Equated to something cute.
You are cute.
Buddy.
Right. No, Diana's
like my hair starts moving.
No,
I like them. I think they're adorable.
I do too. I think they're very cute.
Okay,
don't you dare. Get out of here. You don't know what happened. I like the snakes.
Thank you. I'm gonna climb out the window because there was a door, but why would I use the door when I can climb out the window? Choices
I follow out the window.
I 100% also go out the window because it's parkour.
Okay.
I just jump from the window, going with the group.
Everyone who's going through a window.
Cal is gonna just stand there and look over at Asa. Look at the window.
The window was a choice, okay?
Guys, I think this is our party bonding moment. I think we just made it.
I need everyone who jumps through the window to make a dexterity saving throw.
How high off the ground are we?
Woo!
You are not far. It's like a 5. It's like
yeah, we didn't go up any stairs.
So it's going to be a low DC. You're avoiding the jagged glass.
22.
Oh yeah.
14.
Okay.
15.
All right, let's see. That would be a 17.
Okay, you guys all passed. It was a DC 10. Very easy to get through.
All right, come on, Cal. Come out the window.
Since I got a two. Sorry.
Over there, I mean, you are more than welcome to join your friends out the window. But if I may, if you're able to bring back the horn, I would be appreciative.
Understandably.
I peek my head back through the window. I'd like to speak to the dragon.
The dragon is dead.
It's more of a seance.
Shrine.
Right, but can you speak? You just hear me like it's like, Krea's over the window, you see my head go above. Okay, but can they speak to the spirit of the dragon?
I can tell you some good stories when you come back about Balmitria.
I'll take it.
Okay, great, thank you. I did I feel like with the 22, I did like a freaking somersault.
Cal, which way are you going?
Out the window.
Out the front door.
Damn it!
Out, coward!
Oh, you awkwardly walk out to the front, and you see the rest
Not
of the group.
awkwardly, just like
I
sure
feel awkward
happened.
for you.
All right.
Cal, the one sensible person in our group.
And I'm gonna give the foresight blessing to Adrian. Because why are you not okay? It's being a hooker. Oh, there it is. So Adrian,
does that mean we have to pay it?
I'm sorry. He just wants yarn.
He wants a rock. Equal to my wisdom modifier plus my cleric level. So you, good sir, what did I say? You get temporary something.
Temporary hit points.
Yeah.
I did put a button for that, so if you just click healing, it'll automatically calculate it for you.
Well, I couldn't remember what the word was, but we'll just click it and see what happens. And
I learned formulas
click.
in Foundry. I was proud.
Okay, I clicked it. Did it go?
I didn't see it.
No, it just can't. Well, it pulls it up.
Yeah, hit normal.
Healing. Oh, I got it. Oh no, shit. Cool.
It's a fake roll.
That was fun. So you get 6 whole hit points, but that was exciting. But you get 6 temporary hit points. Yeah. I can protect you from future events.
As we're running, just going down, I feel the blessings like, whoa, cool, thank you. Also, sorry for stabbing you last time.
We're gonna talk.
So, Tati, you are able to follow the trail. Are you going to continue to follow it?
Yes.
You follow the trail, and I need to pull up the map. You are following the trail. It leads you past the palace. You pass by Vulcan's Hall. At some point, you end up at the Agora, which is where there's a lot of markets. Keep heading south. You find that this trail leads you all the way down to the south gate and on. You have a feeling that this is going to lead you south, pretty far south. But it is leading you out of the city through the south gate and seems to continue that way.
Well, that's shit.
What's going on?
It keeps going. But we have to meet with the king. But it keeps going, and I don't know how long it's going to linger.
How long has it been going?
They said 2 days.
So it's already gone 2 days. They're 2 days ahead of us. Which means if we are trying to chase after them and they didn't stop in less than 2 days ago, they're already 2 days travel out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to make sense at this point until we get more of a lead.
Yeah, we're gonna...
I think we need to go...
Same brain.
I think we go straight to Pythor. What do you think, Tati? Yeah, I think same brain in this moment. Absolutely.
But that jump was really cool, right?
I know you wanted the prophecy.
We should go see Pythor first. I agree. I think trying to follow this trail south is only gonna waste time. They're 2 days. If they're 2 days ahead, they're 2 days ahead. It's not gonna make much of a difference if they're 2 days ahead or 5 days ahead. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of stuff we got to get done. And
Cal, are you all right with possibly taking the lead on this? You are his son. Child? Yes, you're his child.
His half-child.
Still child.
Not as though I had a great deal of contact with the man.
You are his full child. There's no half-child.
Yeah. Well, it's the half-siblings thing.
No, only his half-child.
So by blood, yes.
Technically, he's only half the parentage. Yeah. So that's...
I mean, technically, if we were going that way, he is half the lineage. They are half the lineage from their father and half from their mother, but you are still his entire child.
Yes. From Cal's perspective, we're also dealing with an absentee father, but we haven't really gotten into those details.
I can understand half child.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we hear half child. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, like you know very well based on the way Cal carries themselves, they did not grow up in the lap of luxury, and certainly have not lived in the lap of luxury anytime recently. So you know that there is a princess in the capital, or in the castle, that they are looking to rule over the city, and it's not Cal. Cal is not there as second in command, as any line of lineage for inheritance.
Well, shall we go?
We can. We probably want to know exactly what we want to say when we get in there, though, before we get there.
I mean, we've got a laundry list of stuff we need to discuss. There's the Honora things, obviously. There's the... God, my brain is breaking.
There's the hammer.
There's a hammer. There's the Honora stuff, there's the hammer, and there is the stolen horn. All three of these things are important that we discuss them.
That was Breen. Do we have any particular things that we want to say about them?
Well, the hammer, I think will... the hammer, I'm not really sure how we approach, if I'm being honest. The horn, it's just, hey, this horn got stolen. We kind of need it. Do you have any idea what's up with that? I have a feeling that the princess sacrificing and the hey, what's up with you lately stuff is probably gonna take a bit more of the conversation. Tati?
I would like, since I assume we're walking and talking.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to grab Adrian by the back of the shirt and haul him backwards about 10 feet because we're gonna talk.
Oh, it's happening.
We're gonna talk. I mean, I will say that I for the sake of whatever shenanigans he has going on, she will keep it quiet because it's not her place to tell his story. But the fact that you picked up with such a giant fucking glow and you asked her to hold a poker face essentially without speaking. So I would like to grab Adrian and pull him back. So, do you have anything you want to share with us?
Listen, I know we got off the wrong foot with stabbing. I get it. That's...
Adrian, why are you covered in transmutation magic?
I like to think it's...
That's what you said.
Oh,
transmutation?
Transmutation. I'm sorry. Adrian hears in their head, don't tell them anything.
I like to think it's my natural magnetism here.
Okay, let's try that one again. Why are you covered in transmutation magic? You know I'm going to keep asking you.
I don't know.
Well,
I woke up dead. I don't know how I'm here, who I was. If I was a good person. Apparently not, because no kind of decoration for me at my gravesite. Not many people leaving flowers. I don't know anything about myself, so you seeing that transmutation magic is new to me.
I don't believe him.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not telling you, I'm telling Magic.
He's telling half truth.
Yeah, I've gathered that much. But I can't I can't push him further without without having a roll to justify it, I think. Does that make sense?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I'm singing the Nickelodeon theme song.
Making an Arcana check.
Yeah, I know. That's all I could hear. Okay. Listen, brain.
What'd you get?
You're full of shit. Hang on. I'm too pleased right now.
That's a nat 20, isn't it?
It is. The green dice showing out today. Put my red dice in jail. Come at me.
Hat you?
Come at me. Try this. Okay. I was trying to justify being like a pushy bitch because telling half truths always get you, you know, in that weird, it's like a weird section. Okay. So I rolled a nat 20 Arcana check.
Alrighty. Well, what information do I want to get you? I am going to send you a DM.
Doofus, I have some great information. I want to hide it for a bit. Tatiana, nat 20 Arcana check, bitch.
Well, I thought that I was gonna have to roll insight or something, which I was totally prepared for. If Magic's no.
Am I allowed to say this from my feet? Am I allowed to say what my feat is?
Absolutely. If you want to share it.
If you had rolled insight, it would have been a disadvantage.
Yeah, you can impose deception, apparently. You impose a disadvantage.
My mind is an enigma.
Why?
It imposes disadvantage on insight checks.
My feat is tough.
You are an enigma.
You know, I'm looking at this. I was like, yeah, this makes sense. I guess I can list the rest of it. I'll save that for RP. Never mind.
Save it for the RP, bro.
It's going to be interesting, but not that helpful, so I'm sorry.
So anyone else want to lead the party while Tatiana has me by the scruff and
I think Kreia and Cal and I are just walking along, going to the castle, figuring you guys are having your own talk.
Yeah, we're
assuming
continuing.
the two of you aren't stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. We're continuing on with the same conversation of, well, maybe like we should say this, maybe we should say this. I think like it would make sense for the two people with the best talking to, well, Cal should take the lead, and then like the two people with the best talking, like as backup.
I will stand in the back in case things go wrong. That is what I am good at. I think Kreia, of course, you are very charismatic and can speak quite well. I think it would be good for you to take the lead on this with Tati.
Well, Cal will take the lead, and then Tati and I will kind of be backup.
Right. That's lead after lead. I'm getting there.
Supporting cast.
Supporting cast. Yes, I like this.
Unless you really want me to try to cow my father into submission, I don't think you really want me doing the bulk of the talking.
Well, that's why Tatiana and I will be there.
Would you put your anyway?
Adrian, I'm just gonna like give you a squeeze on the shoulder. I'm gonna take that information with me. We'll save that for. I'm gonna save that for later.
Save it for a rainy day.
I don't think it's pertinent.
I was about
right
to say that.
I don't think it's. I'm not gonna push him right now. We're in the middle of a city. This is clearly sensitive to Adrian enough so that he's not outright speaking. So we're gonna
like the equivalent of not sweat, just like his skin is paler than usual.
Noted. All right.
Dang.
So I'm just gonna store that information for later and kind of okay. Well, we should probably catch up. And then I'm gonna take a few bigger strides than normal to catch up to you guys because we got legs for days up in here. And
I immediately start dashing to outrun you.
While we're in. While we are in this like last little leg of our trek, I actually did want to talk to Tatiana about something. I am uncertain at times who we can reveal that we are indeed heroes of prophecy to. So if there is a person in the future that I am not saying what we need to say to, please, like, I'm not sure. I'm trying to balance it, but I don't always know like when is a good idea and when isn't, and I trust your judgment on that a lot more.
I've sort of decided to operate with the rule of thumb that if this is something that we need, in instance the shrine, and we need to throw our weight around, that's one thing. The tavern, less so.
That's what I was thinking.
You know, and when they're like, no, you don't need to be involved, and you were like, well, I mean, we really kind of need to be involved, and they're like, no, it's okay, we'll handle it. Like, okay.
Yeah. I was to my credit, I was about to say it, but I'm glad that you stepped in because you put it better than I would have.
I mean, out of character, it's gonna happen a lot more. We're still. It's probably just going to be. She's going to assert her ego more. I guess I don't necessarily know if it's an ego, but it feels like an ego.
Good. That is kind of what Kreia is like hoping for. Out of character. That's kind of what they're trying to like convey with this.
Okay, yeah, that's.
You guys find yourself at the once great Astorian palace looming high over the city. Large windows let in copious amounts of sunlight, which falls to chase away the gloom that has settled in on the palace. As you walk through the halls, you notice evidence of the court's past glory in the form of precarious artifacts dating back to the First War. Extravagant tapestries show the tales of Astoria's history and King Pythor's grand adventures, though more recent events are nowhere to be seen on the hangings. You walk through the main corridor and don't find much to stop you from keep going. And as you step down further into a large meeting room with a large kind of throne at the back, you see an unsightly sight. You see a large man wailing on statues, and the attendants that see you walk up, the 5 of you caressing the top of the room, you see as all of these attendants' whispers go silent and they start to kind of head back into the sides of the rooms. As you look down, you see King Pythor just beating over and over on one of these large statues, these 5 statues that are up. He's just going ham on it.
Which statue? Which statue is he beating up?
Whose image is the statue made in?
He is going to beat up. Let's find out. Let's fuck around and find out. He's going to be beating up. Ooh, that sound was terrible.
His own face.
Leave him alone. He doesn't know anything.
Valis. And he's just pounding into it, and he is, oh, come on, it's fucking shit. I hate the order, and I don't make these demands, and I don't care anymore. And he's just pounding away drunkenly.
Are these Titans or?
These are the 5 gods.
Thank
These
you.
are the gods.
I couldn't. The name was not familiar for some reason.
Yeah, goddess of wisdom.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Better now.
But I think my impression as Diana is that he's just punching what statue is there. Because from what we can tell from his mumblings, he's saying that he doesn't care anymore with the demands from what is clearly the Order of Sidon. And I kind of just look at everyone. I go, "This is a dangerous situation."
You guys would know that Valis is the queen of Mitros with King Acostus.
Oh, I didn't not know that. Appreciate that.
I have not said that to you guys. It might have been in the player handbook, but I forget.
It probably was. I might have missed that one, or I would have.
I believe it. I believe it is.
Yeah.
So, this is a very dangerous situation. He is clearly not in his full faculties. How do we approach?
Great question.
I don't have anything really.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything either.
He throws his cup off to the side and goes, "I need another."
Cal is going to walk into the room and go grab it.
I quickly follow.
He goes to punch at the thing again, and just his hand leans out to you, just expecting a cup to fill his own.
Is there a pitcher somewhere that I can see?
There is. There's kind of a few lingered around. Some empty, some half empty.
No, that's...
Cal will go and grab one of the pitchers and fill the goblet.
You're taking forever.
Pardon my lack of practice in service of your lord.
He whips around. You. What are you doing here?
We have business with King Pythor.
You have business with me. Speak to me like you know me. As you should.
I should. Shouldn't I?
Oh, don't complain to me about knowing Daddy and your daddy issues.
I don't think of it as an issue anymore.
Well, good. There's less work for us.
Your city has roots in the Foundation. Father.
Need that drink.
Here it is.
He reaches down, and this man is hulking. He is built like a god, big, long, flowing hair. He has this black hair that slicks back, that kind of naturally curls at the ends with golden streaks in them. He wears very light armor that kind of hovers on top of his body. He hot.
That answered my question. All right.
See, the problem is that Diana would be like, you'd be very hot if you weren't sloppy drunk right now.
He grabs the drink and takes another swig and just kind of leans down and sits on his throne. And what delight do I have with you today?
I'm sure you already know that I have been summoned with my compatriots.
Yes.
To help solve the grand problems.
Yes, and
from the fading treaty.
The oracle's chosen.
Some mantle to be handed.
Well, you at least have more to work with than I. I know that you are out looking for a few things, and you look to relight the forge is one of them.
Vulcan says it's possible.
I also know that you could use my hammer in your quest.
It seems it may be a good tool.
If you do indeed relight the forges, I'm sure you're going to need the strongest hammer for some of the most exquisite weapons if you are to aid in your adventures. Perhaps you can help me. It's a little bit of a workaround. You see, you four, come. No need hiding. I'm sure you're all aware of the northern gates at this point.
When I walk down...
Go ahead.
No, it's all right. Moments passed. Let's keep going.
The north gates are kind of cluttered. They have centaurs. They all are threatening. Well, to be explicit, the Order of Sidon has requested that I sacrifice my most beloved child.
We have heard.
Order to appease Sidon. Unfortunately, I am in a position where I am not able to refuse such demands.
Why?
Because of the shortage of livestock?
Or because you're too pissed drunk to do anything?
I understand that you might be one of Mitros's finest oracles, but my Tatiana, do watch yourself.
I have such a hard time not grinning right now.
Stop it. Listen, I understand. It may not make sense. There are reasons I really can't discuss right now. I have to deal with the matter at hand. Would you be willing to help me with my situation?
It's why we came. One of the reasons.
You lost one. And they point directly at you, Diana. You're looking for a treasure.
Several, yes.
I will agree to tell you what I know about the treasure, and I will agree to give you my hammer, Cal, if you swear an oath to save Honora.
You are asking us to swear an oath of service.
Precisely.
That is not the only cost.
If we break this oath, we are as good as dead.
I tried to take you that you... Doofus. Sorry, you cracked me up. I promise, if you're good on your oath, then I am good on mine. Those are just means of way of promising, not necessarily a trickery. We are not fake creatures. Listen.
What do you know of the horn being stolen from the Dragon Shrine?
Yes, I am aware of that as well. We were able to track them as far as the Old Wood. I think there are some rumors. Some have come to me saying that their family has gone missing. Younger men and women that have been going down to the wood for some reason. I don't know why, but
Well, taking this oath, you say that you will give me information about these treasures of the Dragonlords. You will give us the hammer, and then any information you may know about the horn. Is that the deal that we are making right now with this oath?
Well, all I know is the horn is down in the Old Woods. I will not swear an oath on telling you that information. That is all I know.
It's in the Old Wood. Oh, boy.
All right, well, I was told by your child that they were surprised that I did not follow you. I find drinking, for myself personally, to not aid me in battle. Does it aid you?
With the oath of peace, do you think I'm really able to battle?
There are battles that are not just war. I swear
this. I don't need war to feed
I swear
fuel.
this oath of service to you, Pythor.
He leans down and shakes your hand. And so it is done. And you, Cal.
The cost to me is the same.
He holds out a hand.
And Cal takes it.
He does one firm shake. All right, well, if you are to help me with the situation, we are running a little low on livestock, as you might know. The order of Sidon is in the palace. You may speak to Gaius, the captain. He's the one who's put me in this situation. He threatens that if we don't do what he says, then the army that is amassing in the north gates will come in and destroy everyone in the town. There is a few ways I've thought about handling the situation. Obviously, negotiating with him. If we can come up with a different sacrifice, even. No, I can't. And
you can't what?
They seem to want a human. Maybe they're punishing me. I did not have the heart. And he takes a big swig to even suggest another person. I don't know if this is directed at me. After losing Hexia in the same way that I lost Calix's mother, Corentina, I can't lose Honora.
This is directed at you, Pythor. So what are your suggestions? If they want a human sacrifice?
I'm just correcting one thing before I misspeak. Incorrect. The name of the mother is not Hexia. The name of the dragon is Hexia. That took Corentina and the most recent of his loves. Whose name I have in here somewhere. I think, well, there's the army. You could deal with that yourself, but I don't imagine you two look fit enough to deal with an army. Challenging the chieftain centaur would be quite a challenge. It'd probably lead to death.
So not that. Anything else?
Let them be sacrificed. It's all the solutions I've got.
The solutions are find another human sacrifice, fight a chieftain and probably die, or let them sacrifice Enora. Those are the three options we have?
Seems like it. I bet if we take some time, we can come up with something else, though. These are just what he's thought of. It doesn't have to be... Fate is not a singular line. It is a series of branches.
Don't talk to me of those nasty, treacherous bitches.
No disrespect intended, but perhaps those who have not been imbibing should try to come up with a plan.
You may speak to Gaius. He's down the hall. He told me I have 6 days to come up with a sacrifice or to sacrifice Honora. And I've locked Honora away.
That's double the time that we thought we had.
Honora selfishly wants to give themselves to the people and will do anything for them, and I'm not going to let that happen.
Why do you call that selfish?
Honora has a sparkle to them, something no other child of mine has ever had. They remind me of their mother in ways I never thought I'd be reminded of. They have a bigger fate for them. And if the Oath of Peace is truly ending, then their story is not over now.
I understand.
We will go speak with this captain then.
I think that is the next best move.
Down the hall. Go that way. Cal, may I have a moment with you?
Cal will wait for you down the hall.
And, just like before, if the four of you can take off your headphones, and I will give you a thumbs up when you can come back. I'm sorry that we don't have a close relationship. I won't lie, I'm not sorry. And I don't hate you for hating me. for hating me. But I have information that you might care about.
All right.
Hexia, that god-forsaken green dragon, is the same one that took Quarantina. I love deeply, and I loved Quarantina. I warned them all like a black scarab I am cursed. Long ago, Sidon and Lutheria thought it would be fun to send this dragon after me and to murder those I care about most. Honestly, choosing not to love you, Cal, is more of a blessing. Because then, Sidon and Lutheria don't come to try to kill you.
Unfortunately, others pursue me instead.
So it may seem. I spent years hunting Hexia. They're down somewhere in the Forgotten Sea. And obviously without some way to traverse it, the seas destroy most boats. So, when you're down there, hunt what I cannot. Kill that son of a bitch.
We will see if I can.
I know it may not carry much, but I do love you, Cal. And I do hope that you do well on your journey.
Against my better judgment, I still carry the same care for you that I did as a child. All those years ago. Your grief, your mistreatment of yourself, and your neglect of your city, in your grief, will only cut your feet out from under you. I am not your royal advisor. I am not some great wisdom, someone who has been christened in blood next to you in battle. But I have seen the soft tendrils of the roots of the Order of Sidon leaking their way into your beautifully fortified city. They grow. They spread the stone apart, and they will make it crumble.
Make me a persuasion check on that.
Not intimidation?
If you were trying to intimidate, go ahead.
I think Cal kind of has that edge to it, because it's kind of that dash of cold water to the face to go, dude, you're sleeping on shit. Like, get your shit together.
Okay.
Oh, I will take that, a 24.
He leans in, the smell of alcohol deep on his breath.
Mm-hmm.
Cal, there are things, powers deep-rooted in the history of Thalia. I cannot do anything. I will not see Anora tied to the rock of Estor.
I don't intend to. I swore on it. I don't intend for that to come to pass.
Then
you have given that to me to bear.
And that...
What you must do is care for your people. I understand that that weighs heavy on your shoulders right now. But how long have you been like this?
It's not easy when one of your own is demanded for sacrifice. Now, please let me go.
Whether it's a rock or a dragon's claw, the mourning is the same. I don't say it's an easy task. I don't take it lightly. But who else in this castle is going to tell you when your sight has slipped?
And I guess I should take advice from some demigod.
You don't have to take anything from anyone. Doesn't mean it's not wise.
Go to your friends. They need you. And with that, we'll bring people in. Evelyn. Waiting for Evelyn. But we're going to end our session there. On a cliffhanger for chat, and you guys have no clue what happened. But that is where we are going to... Hey, Evelyn!
Hi.
That is where we're getting to end today's session. I am doing a little bit more Cloak and Daggers with this world, and I appreciate you guys playing along. I have spent a lot of time really digging up the lore and the history, and I'm trying to breathe a lot of life to it. And so I hope that you guys enjoy, and I hope you viewers too will enjoy the intrigue and the mystery, and watching along with it. That was a lot of fun. I had so much fun. Okay, let's go around the table. Where can we find you, Kreia?
You can find me everywhere at Evelyn sometimes. You can find me here a lot at Magic Academy. But if you want to check out just me, Evelyn sometimes on all platforms. I mostly am on Twitch and Tumblr. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to be playing some more Breath of the Wild. So if you want a break from Tears of the Kingdom, come on back to Breath of the Wild, because I know I'm avoiding Tears of the Kingdom streams because I'm not done with the game either. So come have a little reprieve, drop a sub and spin a wheel, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's me.
Tipsy?
You can find me when I'm not here on TikTok and Twitch, Coffee, and start playing as the Tipsy Tiger, cosplaying, GMing, and streaming on Twitch on usually Sundays, sometimes Thursdays and Fridays. This week it'll be Friday evening and Sunday afternoon. And just see me all around doing all kinds of nerdy things. You can also follow my Twitter at Calf Caboodle because I couldn't get the Tipsy Tiger there.
Lore?
Hi, you can find me here recalibrating my brain. Mostly on Twitch, also on TikTok. 10 out of 10, I usually stream on the weekends. This weekend, though, it's going to be a little funny. So catch me this Friday streaming V-Rising with that guy over there. All the way at the end. We're gonna run around like some vampires. And now that I have my graphics updated though, so we're gonna see if that helps. Fun fact, guys, update your drivers. And don't at me when I say that I had 20 that were outdated. No wonder my computer was struggling.
Lord goes, wow, Canva doesn't stutter anymore. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how it works.
So that was fun. And then Sunday we're gonna go back to Weirdlands. A new update just rolled out, so I'm hoping that some more stuff is available as we wait for the next mealtime update. Other than that, though, TikTok, Instagram, and I'm looking at my watch like you guys can see it. There's nothing on it; it's a black screen. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram @SweetandLore.
Awesome, Churney.
I'm doing too many things at once. Hi, I also stream here on Twitch Monday through Thursday in the mornings. Tomorrow morning, I actually have special fancy announcements. So much is going on. Lots of preamble going on with that. So cool, fun stuff if you already like TTRPGs and stuff. Be there. We got a TTRPG related announcement happening over on my channel. I'm also all over the internet. If you're on a social media platform, you can probably find me there, Journey Adventures. I'll see you soon.
Doofus.
Hi, you can find me on TikTok at Doofus Domain Cleric, where I make goofy videos. In about 5 minutes, you're going to find me in the bed.
Just want to say thank you. If you are listening over on YouTube or Patreon post-episode, make sure to drop a like, comment, or interact with us, because it does help us reach out. We are a D&D live play queer group that is very excited to bring the magnificence of queer stories, and it's been a fun journey, and we hope that you at home are enjoying it with us. On our schedule, please keep in mind that we will be doing a Saturday stream on the 20th for map building. On the 22nd, we're going to be doing All's Fair episode 7. And then we'll be back on the 23rd with episode 4 of Odyssey the Dragonlords, where our characters are going to keep digging into the massive amounts of mystery that I've thrown in front of them. And you can find us on all kinds of different platforms: YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, Tumblr. We do it all. And of course, make sure to make that special note for Hobbits for a Cause on the 27th as we deep dive into a brand new TTRPG system and keep exploring together. We are going to go ahead and raid out to someone we've raided to before, Knights of Silvermoon. They are heckin' awesome. And give them some love. As they were one of the people who were here at the beginning, and I love that for them and for us. So grab those emotes. Remember to be kind, to love one another, and we will see you soon.
Bye-bye.